Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Redeemables, a podcast where we watch movies that scored below 50 on the Metacritic scale and decide to either redeem them or nail them to the cross. My name is Kenny, and today I'm joined by a man who once ate nothing but spaghetti bolognese for 14 days straight, Duff.
Hello, Kenny. I love the spaghetti.
And the owner of the largest Princess Diana memorabilia collection in the Southern Hemisphere, PJ.
Rest in peace.
Just too soon. Just soon.
Candle in the wind. For today's movie, I've decided to go for something a little more recent than our last few movies. I'm in the 2000s, which is a change for us, yep. Something I reckon it's a movie that everyone saw it, but perhaps didn't appreciate / remember it.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? Is that fair?
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay, there we go.
But I'm not renowned for my memory.
It's the 2013 Action Blockbuster with Gerard Butler. It's Olympus Has Fallen.
Everybody knows you did the right thing on that bridge. Even the president knows. You gotta learn how to get back into the real world.
Mr. President, we're ready for you.
Our guests have arrived.
I'd like to welcome you to the White House, sir. Sir, there's been an intrusion. Let's go. Move.
Give me the Pentagon on the line now.
Olympus Has Fallen.
Welcome to Action Status, Gerard.
Yes.
Is it Gerard or Gerald?
It's not Gerard.
It's not Gerard.
It's not
Definitely.
Gerard. He's not. He doesn't look Latino to me.
For me, it's Mr. Butler from now on, because I can't say Gerald.
Yeah, we can do Mr. Butler. That's fine. So, Olympus Has Fallen is a 2013 American action thriller film directed by Antoine Fuqua from a screenplay. I dig into the Fuqua, but he's not of Asian descent at all. He's very African American.
Your enunciation's on point already tonight.
Antoine Fuqua.
Fuqua's done some
might
good
be
shit.
French. It's from a screenplay written by Creighton Rothenberger and Katrin Benedict.
Jesus.
Lucky I'm doing this one.
Man.
I'm smashing
I
through
wondered why you were doing a mouth warm-up before. Peter Piper picked a pickups.
And it's the first installment in the Has Fallen film series. The film stars Gerard Butler, Aaron Eckhart. I thought I'd give a pause there.
Yeah.
Welcome, Aaron.
Morgan Freeman, Angela Bassett, Robert Forster, Cole Hauser, Ashley Judd, Melissa Leo, Dylan McDermott, and Rada Mitchell. Quite a cast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And before we dig into this, I just want to make it very clear that this film is not the one with Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum
Fuck.
released in the
Is
same
this
year.
not White House Down?
Not White House Down.
Oh, fuck my notes.
So White House Down is a complete piece of shit, whereas this film's a masterpiece.
Were they released on the same day, or is my memory
Same
just-
year.
Right.
Same year.
Right.
White House Down was a few months later.
Can I still talk about Jamie Foxx? Because that's all my notes. It's like a page on Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about Jamie Foxx.
No.
Oh, okay. Not a fan?
Oh, no,
just don't
I'm
want to do it
indifferent.
tonight?
Frankly, I'm indifferent.
Really?
Yeah, whatever.
Wow. You need to go and watch Any Given Sunday again, my friend.
What's my opinion
actually.
on Jamie Foxx? He pussy. Pussy ain't funny as Chris Rock. You're welcome. LL Cool J.
I knew it was because you licked your upper lip.
Deepest bluest. My hand is like a shark's fin. All day, baby.
Here we go. We're on. We're on. Shit. What's in the flask? So I got a Wikipedia for you.
Yeah.
I love
Are you getting $1 this week, Wiki?
Maybe.
Okay.
A North Korean-led guerrilla assault on the White House, which focuses on disgraced United States Secret Service agent Mike Banning's efforts to rescue U.S. President Benjamin Asher.
Wow.
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
You just earned yourself $1, Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'll Vimo that shit later on.
So what you have to say is, after me reading that, just have to say, would you watch it or wouldn't you watch it?
Yes.
You would?
Yep.
Where are you?
course.
You'd watch it?
I love gorillas, man. Gorillas in the mist.
You know what I love more? I love a disgraced Secret Service agent.
Yeah.
All I wish that it put in there, which would just mean I'd watch it that night, if it said ex-Ranger, ex-Army Ranger.
Oh, yeah.
Ex-Army Ranger, disgraced Secret Service
Yeah.
agent. Yeah. Okay, great.
It's right up our alley.
So that was the wiki. The studio marketing tagline was
Not the one with Jamie Foxx.
Actually says that. The studio tagline was, "We are never stronger than when we are tested."
America, fuck yeah. Hate that tagline.
I hate it. It actually sounds, when I first read it, I could picture Aaron Eckhart saying it to his son at like halftime of the Little League game, like leaning forward with his hand on his shoulder. Son, when we're never stronger than when we are tested. That's what he'd say to his son.
I can't believe that passed.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
it's
vetting
bad.
process. Yeah,
It's
not
bad.
good. Not good.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys want some stats or what?
Yeah, hit me.
All right.
I like stats. Go for it.
All right. We got a budget. The budget was 70 mil.
Right.
That seem about right?
Yeah. I would have guessed 70 to 90.
Yeah, the models and shit and the explosions.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Aaron Eckhart works for free, so that's good.
This was just after Battle of Los Angeles,
Yeah,
wasn't it? A couple of years later, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking good boy.
I reckon 70 mil was probably a small price to pay for what they achieved.
How much does it cost to hire the White House?
Don't know. Ask Independence Day.
Have a look on Airbnb.
I reckon it was 70 mil well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well done.
Yeah.
If I had to guess the budget, I would think 100.
Yeah, I don't know what costs a lot of money in 2013, or that's probably, you could just say these days. Like, does CGI cost more than a real explosion?
Well, I
don't know.
I think that plane that comes in at the start is actually real. Like, those people died.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, right,
Okay,
yeah.
That's 70 mil. Yeah, okay.
That's 15 mil right there.
For the deaths.
For the deaths.
You got to pay to kill, man. You got to pay to kill. Yeah, I reckon that was worth it. So, how do you guys reckon it went at the old GBO?
I think it did well.
I think a lot of people watched it. I'm going to go... I always go too fucking high, then I freak out. I'm going to go 155.
Ooh,
I reckon 130 odd.
okay.
I reckon a lot of people wanted to. They love action,
Yeah.
and they also a lot of people just want to watch the White House get blown to fucking smithereens.
Not Americans. yeah. So they class anything over 100 mil box office as a blockbuster,
Okay.
and this did 170 mil.
Yeah.
That's a good
Congrats.
ROI.
It's huge.
No
Yeah,
wonder
good
they,
ROI.
Yeah,
Congrats.
no wonder they dragged it out for some shitty sequels.
Well done,
Yeah,
Mr.
no shit.
Fuqua.
I'm actually... I was actually shocked that it did 170 mil.
I'm not
because
shocked.
I suppose the trailer's not going to show how graphic it is. Like,
I think a lot of people have seen it, though. Like, White House down.
What
here.
a turn.
no, but that wasn't out at that point.
No, I'm talking about Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh,
a lot
sorry.
of people say it. Everyone's got an opinion on Olympus Has Fallen. Shit. Oh, it's great. Oh, it's trash.
Yeah, everyone saw
Everyone's
it, but that's
got
what
an
I'm getting
opinion.
at. Like, why did everyone see it? It was an action movie.
People love a bit of action.
Yeah, I guess they do. Yeah.
Word of mouth spread how good Gerard
It was
Butler is.
word of mouth back there.
Yeah.
It has a Metacritic score of 41.
41.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that. I thought this was going to be a borderline one, like a 49.
I would have expected 48, 49.
And had a user score of 58.
Wow.
Yes, which I include that because here's a bit of weirdness going on.
Yeah.
170 mil,
Yeah.
then 58,
Yeah.
then we're going to do 2 sequels.
Yeah.
It's just something doesn't add up there.
It's
Well,
something
the
like this-
sequels add up because 170 mil.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, sorry.
almost doubled its
I
budget.
guess why wouldn't you? Yeah.
So the same people saw it 8 times. They just went back and back and back.
Quite
obviously.
possibly, yeah.
Like, yeah. All Gerard Butler's illegitimate children.
Yeah. Has he got some? Yeah.
Hundreds.
Oh, right.
I reckon.
Shit.
Yeah, he impregnates women from the screen. It's that potent.
In this as well.
Oh, yeah. I got pregnant.
He's jacked in this. When he's sitting on the side of the bed and you go, ooh, he's
Yeah.
jacked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I must say I did notice.
This
yes.
was when he was coming out of, we'll do more of Gerard Butler lately, but while we're on his body. This is when
You'd
we're
love to
coming
be
out
on his
there.
body, wouldn't you, Kennedy?
Too firm.
I like a soft mattress. Well, come sit on Big Boy's lap.
Doesn't look like a sleeping duck to me. So he's coming out of the kind of rom-com era where he wasn't too jacked in those. Like he had a good physique in those movies because
Yeah.
he's the lead man in a rom-com.
Yeah.
But he wasn't action star jacked.
What about 300? He was pretty jacked in
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But that was
fuck, I forgot
CGI
about
and
that.
shit, right?
It was makeup. They
Not
make
a-
up the
not everyone.
six-pack.
They
No, it
drew
was.
those abs
They
on
put
me.
the shade on there.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Every time before you go in a pool. You got that waterproof makeup. Oh, good.
Body by Maybelline.
Hey, maybe you're born with it.
So usually
I
we
wasn't.
have
Maybe it's
films. That's good. We could do an ad on that. Body makeup for men. Waterproof body makeup for men.
Yeah.
Insecure by Maybelline.
I'll take a bottle. I'll take a life supply. No, but normally the movies we do, it's like 40 Metacritic and then 78 user review.
Yeah.
So not a large disparity here.
It's crazy.
Yeah, 58 it was. 41 and 58 user review. All right, here we go. We got some reviews now.
All right, prepare your bodies.
We've got some familiar faces here as well. Which
The
you might
Washington
enjoy.
Post sent 8 correspondents.
No, I avoided them this week. I'm sick of them.
Okay, good.
All right, so we've got Joe Morgenstern.
Oh, he's
He's back.
What up, Morgenstern?
He's from the Wall Street Journal.
Back from Mordor.
Yeah.
Big Joe, they call him. His review says, Olympus Has Fallen is no fun at all. To the contrary, it soon grows tedious, odious, and oppressive.
Oh,
0.
what? You can't give it
Zero. Gave it 0.
Zero.
Yeah, 0.
Also, odious. There's,
Donuts.
like, you don't. That's not a word you hear in the common vernacular, is it?
And here,
Yeah.
here I come. What does that mean? Odious.
Not good.
Oh, is that it? Is that it? Just say not good then, you fucking... Jesus.
Next
Come on,
one.
Ken. It's getting really odious.
No,
Odious.
odious. Next one we've got is from A.O. Scott. A.O.
Ayo! We've had A.O. Scott before.
I think we have, yeah. He's from the New York Times, the NYT. It may be too much to ask for anything more, but on the other hand, if you're going to go to the trouble of pretending to blow up the White House, you might also want to pretend that something was at stake. Did you watch the movie?
Fucking
There was a
confused.
fucking world war at stake?
Yeah.
No, America would have been a wasteland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, make it bigger.
There, not only was there a world war at stake, there was the president's life at stake.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the two largest things in the world that can possibly be at stake is a world war and the president of the United States of America's life.
Yeah.
But not in my opinion.
No.
Yeah, but in general people's opinion.
In the New York Times.
In the New York. Yeah, that's a lot at stake.
That's a real.
I will happily say he didn't watch the end of the movie. He walked out.
He thought it was White House down.
Yeah, he probably didn't.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I forgot. You know what is actually at stake in this film? Freedom. Does a lot of that in this movie. Doesn't it?
I've got some thoughts.
Yeah, I bet you do. The next one is from David Edelstein, or Edelstein, depending on what part of California you're from.
Oh, no.
Good save, Ken.
He's from Vulture. Olympus Has Fallen is a disgusting piece of work, but it certainly hits its marks. It makes you sick with suspense. Good.
What? Again, I'm confused.
Yeah.
What was his score? Did you give it a score?
He gave it 30.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's disgusting and it makes him sick. I give it 30. I've been worse and I've been more disgusted. Yeah.
It was like a compliment sandwich.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Ian Buckwalter from NPR.
Buckwalter.
Yes, Buckwalter. Great name.
Bucky.
Feels from start to finish like a throwback to the action cinema and military thrillers of decades past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
I think that's why many people have seen it.
Yeah.
They just miss the old school Arnie and Slide bloody action.
He says it's like it's a bad thing,
Yeah.
but I don't think it is. If you go to the movies and watch a modern action movie, whatever insert modern action movie franchise,
Yeah.
they're not as good as those.
No.
Definitely not. And I don't know whether that's just my
The
opinion.
tagline should have been that guy's review.
Yes.
That makes me want to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So most of that's all the reviews I got, but I kind of read through the whole thing for quite a few of them, which I don't normally do. I usually just read the
shitty
tagline.
ones. Yeah.
So I actually read through them. All of them, all the negative reviews, they just basically had a large problem with the gratuitous violence. That's what most of them were about. I think that's what he was getting at before, is like, it makes you feel sick. It's a disgusting piece of work.
It's not even that bloody gory, apart from the holes in the chest at the
The
start.
holes in the chest,
And a
that
knife
plane
to the
really
brain.
rips those.
I think they were going to watch
civilians to
Frozen.
pieces. Yeah, but isn't it particularly violent, though? As in it's confrontingly violent. It's not gory, but it's the way that they just shoot a woman in the head from close range. Or the plane flies over and just literally chops humans' bodies in half with these giant bullets.
Now that you pointed out.
Yeah, it's quite violent.
Yeah, I think you guys
I
have
liked
desensitized me to this.
I want that. I was like, make it more violent.
But it needs to. They need to be like the start of the movie where all that gore shit happens. These people need to be treated, for the movie's sake, as bad motherfuckers. They'll do anything to reach their goal.
There's the stakes right there.
Yeah.
There's your stakes. Yeah.
That's how. Like they spend 20 minutes on these guys just.
That's like my favorite part about this movie, is how little fucks it gives.
Yeah.
Where it just goes from the moment that first plane goes down, and it just crashes over suburbia. It literally lands in like a house.
Yeah, a jet.
And it just explodes and it wipes out like a block of suburbia.
Yep.
And you just like, I remember the first time watching it, seeing that, oh, fuck.
Yep.
We're
I
on
remember,
here.
I remember
this is
going,
not
I
holding
hope
back.
that wasn't Donnie Darko's house. Tied it in.
Yeah, no, I did. I actually very much noticed that, and I was just thinking that might have been part of their issue, is that just so many innocent people would have just got killed.
What's that terrorist do, man?
Yeah.
Collateral damage.
Well, that's why it's cool.
I'll give you collateral damage. Sorry.
No, you're good. I like that one. That's why it's cool.
Yeah.
Is because, so the violence, it's gratuitous, but the violence is what makes it stand out above other movies that are in the same genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in context.
Is because not necessarily like when I say violence, I don't mean the blood.
Yeah.
But I mean how I'm just going to shoot him in the fucking head.
Yep.
Or I'm just going to have a plane fly over the, 1600 Street in...
As a distraction.
And just fucking shoot all these civilians. And his body's just like flying across the street with these giant holes in them that appear. And it's like, fuck yeah, this
just some dude coming out of Starbucks is like riddled with a Gatling gun. Yeah.
I was like, we're on here.
Yeah.
I was hooked immediately.
It didn't throw me, and I'd probably be the one in the room that would be most sensitive.
Okay, let's dissect this, because not that we want to bring up old pods as we say, but last week's From Dusk Till Dawn, you had a massive problem with not a massive problem. Sorry, that's unfair of me to say.
Yeah,
but the gore in that you didn't like. So you're separating gore from violence.
Just to not to correct you, but I am normally bored by gore.
Okay,
and I found that. It was okay until Dusk Till Dawn because again it was kind of within context.
Yeah,
but it borderline gets boring, and it can sometimes be a replacement for decent writing.
Yes.
Whereas in this case, it felt in context, and like I was saying, it gave it the stakes. It's like, look, these people will just wipe out the innocent, no problems whatsoever.
Yep.
So I don't mind. It's within its lane. It makes sense in the context of the movie. So I don't mind it. And again, it wasn't. I just don't fully gratuitous.
No, it wasn't limbs flying off and heads getting chopped off. It was just a lot of gun violence, basically.
It wasn't gore. It's just literally violence.
Difference, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're separating the two. You're happy with the gun violence, provided it has a purpose.
It has to
setting a tone, setting
100% exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
I just wanted to dissect that a little bit. I was wondering how you were going to feel about the violence in this film.
There's a lot of people die. Did you do a kill? Do you know a kill?
I've got that at the end. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Can't wait to guess that.
I tried to find separated from shots in the head at close range. So I wanted to see total deaths and then how many were shot in the head at close range, because there must be fucking half of them.
Well, they go around double tapping heads.
Yeah.
I got to send you a link to my resources.
I always think of survival tactics. I play dead.
Yeah, but then they were double tapping.
They coming up and grabbing hair and shit.
That was the only bit that actually stood out to me, is like when they're kind
of in the corridors,
they're
in the
just
White House,
sweeping the corridor to make sure they're dead, and he picks the guy up by the hair and shoots him in the head, and I was like, for some reason that was the one where I was like, oh, that's too much.
So the guy that already dead.
Damn it, you can't play dead on this one.
I know, and that's probably what it was. Is that I reckon, I would fully play possum.
Oh yeah.
That's what bothered you then.
Yeah,
fuck, that was
there
me.
goes my tactic. I can't run. I honestly got no cardio. I'd make it halfway through the lawn. I'd be like, give us a sec.
So you do like the fake death. You kind of dive down onto your stomach. You're doing a touchdown and just pretend you'd been shot.
That'd be me rolling across the lawn trying to get out of this.
Start digging. Burrow in. One of the other things I liked about this film is I really like the setup to it.
Yeah.
Like the incident where he becomes disgraced, which I've got an opinion on that as well. Yeah, here you go.
It wasn't. How was he disgraced?
I don't think he was at all.
His job is the president.
Yeah,
someone else has got the fucking first lady.
He literally did the thing that he was trained to do for like 10 years.
How disgraced would he have been if they both fell in the water?
Then he's disgraced.
Yeah, it's Ashley Judd. Who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
Hey, how dare you?
Yeah, careful.
How dare you?
But if he would be disgraced if he killed the president trying to save the president and his wife.
Yeah.
Like,
let him both drop.
He just did the fucking job that he was meant to do.
Yeah. Wives are easier to replace than presidents. But they did do a decent job in the writing.
Yeah.
They did of making a point of saying it's just that he doesn't want to see you every day and be reminded of it.
Yeah, that's right. They do that. The scene with
that was a good way. That was a good way of writing around that to an extent.
Right. Yep.
It didn't completely cover it over, but it did.
Because he was kind of like seemed like he was outcasted, ostracized by the other Secret Service agents almost, like the way they kind of walked in and it's like, why? He literally did what you fucks couldn't do.
Very cliquey, the Secret Service.
Are they? I don't know much about it.
They kicked him off the volleyball team.
He still gets invited to poker nights. It's not that ostracized.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Where were you on poker night? They were really genuinely upset. Cole is a nice man.
It's because he sucks at poker and they like taking his money. I'm that guy. Yeah.
So the intro was good. Like the little setup, the building the relationship with the son was good. How close he was with the family, all that sort of thing. He was like the president's right-hand man. He was the one he trusted the most.
The whole, and
so
even the scene, it was dark and snowy, and it was ominous enough. And it felt affecting enough. Like you cared enough for them.
The dialogue was pretty natural and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, that's good. Do they go to driving school? Seriously.
No, doesn't he hits something, doesn't he?
Yeah, the snow.
Thought maybe he hits something, but it doesn't kind of show it.
Yeah. It's Bambi's mum.
That's what I thought. I actually think maybe he hits a deer or something.
Yeah, he killed Bambi's mum. That's why he got ostracised. He wasn't driving though, right?
No, he wasn't.
Okay. I'm sorry. Blamed him for a crime he didn't commit. But I will mention something a little bit later because my only real issues with the movie are some little nitpicks.
Yeah.
There's one about that. We'll get back to that later.
You can do it now if you want.
Yeah, why'd you bring it up?
So the car disappears over the bridge.
Yeah,
right.
Sure does.
Immediately, there's a helicopter on the scene. Right.
Might have been following. I'd say it would be following.
Why the fuck didn't they take the helicopter? Why did they drive through the snowstorm? If you're the president and they're like, it's really coming down out there, you go, I'll take the chopper.
Helicopters are pretty dangerous, man.
It was only
did you see what happened when they drove the car?
Yeah, I don't know which one's more dangerous. Though.
It was only 11 kilometres away. So.
Yeah, but it wasn't a blizzard.
And it was at Camp David, which you'd assume at Camp David they would have a chopper and a pad.
Yeah. So you're not worried about snow when you're in the air, right? It's not like icy roads in the air. Look, I'm not an expert on aeronautics, right?
I don't know.
I just think that I'd rather.
You know what? I'm not going to allow that nitpick. Because I think it's believable that a car would be safer. Yeah. A Lincoln Town car would be safer than a chopper.
I'm going to disagree.
Windows?
I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
All right. So they shouldn't have got the work.
First one of the pod.
Shouldn't have got the work experience kid to drive then.
Yeah, that's more what it was.
They just threw the keys to him.
Maybe don't be doing 80 miles an hour on a bridge.
Take it down by 5.
Yeah. 275. What else you got? Nitpick me.
How far into restricted airspace over Washington does a massive fucking fighter plane get before anyone makes contact with it?
Problem with that?
Yeah, it was close enough to the White House to be a massive problem, right? I'm pretty sure in Washington airspace, the minute you fly into it in a bomber, they're like, excuse me, mate.
When you said nitpicks, I didn't realise you were doing these sorts of nitpicks.
Yeah.
Because we could be here a while.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look, they're minor compared to my enjoyment of the movie.
No, that's fine. Keep going then. Give me some more.
The response team was 4 minutes away in those jets, and they would have been so confident nothing can take down the jets. So if it gets into airspace, welcome.
Are they like
good nitpick?
Yeah, I don't think it's getting anywhere near it.
Pretty sure they would blow that fucking.
It doesn't
thing
matter.
up.
Like even if they blow that fucker up, it's still landing in Donnie Darko's bedroom.
Yeah, but it's the outer suburbs where no one gives a shit. It was like really close and really close. Yeah, they would have taken it out a lot earlier. Does that, that shit that plane had, that Korean plane, to repel the missiles and stuff?
Yes.
Does that shit exist?
Yeah, flares.
Yeah, really?
Flares, yeah.
That was cool.
You've never played an Xbox game before?
No.
Flares.
Okay.
Flares are big.
Yeah, flares are
Have you not seen
I don't have thumbs.
They just
flares are big.
Yeah, they were cool.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, right.
Massively.
Okay. I don't know whether they're as effective as
they're definitely
in the film, but
it's for heat-seeking missiles. So the flares give off heat. The missiles are attracted to the flares.
To the heat of the flare.
Right. Okay. I would have been throwing a Weber out the window.
So you can fuck off with that. What do you got next?
Again, this has been one of my nitpicks with this kind of movie.
Yeah.
How long do you fucking hang around outside the White House as a tourist when there's an active terrorist attack going on?
Well, for me, a lot, because I just play dead.
No, but there's people like hanging around. There's carnage.
I thought they kind of scrambled pretty quick. Like everyone was panicking.
Not quick enough. They got taken out.
I think it was just massive chaos. There was so many.
This is post 9/11 as well. I guess.
Yeah, I know.
When you see a plane coming in that low towards the White House, you're probably getting the fuck out of there.
But when the people, the Korean terrorists who were pretending to be tourists, they got to take out a decent amount of idiots who were just standing around.
Yeah, they did.
Right.
Yeah.
This is me. I'm under the bus straight away. Or on the bus.
The bus that explodes?
Oh, good point. This is why I would suck in these situations. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Why do they really, like, this is the other thing, like, because there's lots of technicalities, like political technicalities and like military terms and shit. Like, there's lots of acronyms and shit like that in it.
Yeah.
It took me a little while to wrap my head around a couple of them. Like, I got a little bit lost. I was like, what does that mean? I actually, on that note, I only Googled one of them. The Cerebus.
Cerebus. Oh, the code.
The code.
Cerebus.
Yeah. What is it?
Cerebus? Is
that
Cerebus?
Sorry,
yep. In Greek mythology,
it's a three-headed snake.
Yeah, it's often referred to as the Hound of Hades.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a multi-headed dog, actually.
dog.
That
So
guards
when-
the gates of the underworld to prevent the dead from leaving.
That's why
that's
Morgan
cool.
Freeman goes, they've just opened the gates of hell.
Yep.
When they've got
Very
all
cool.
this.
It's my band name.
Yeah.
But why do you give the 3 codes to 3 people who are going to be in such close proximity?
Well, where's the safest place in the White House? It's in that bunker.
Yeah.
They just broke protocol by bringing the Korean.
That was one of my
With
nitpicks as well. They're like, come on down. We've got cupcakes.
And
Yeah,
even
but
though
that
someone
was a
says,
testament to Aaron Eckhart's president version of the president, wasn't it?
yeah,
It's like a wholesome
Yeah,
president.
he's just a good guy.
Yeah.
It's just like a good
Come down and
host.
protect
Yeah,
you. I
come
feel
down.
like a
Yeah.
president might do that.
It's like,
Spare
no,
the
they're
moment.
coming. There's complete strangers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Secret Service would be like, no, we're whisking you off to the secondary bunker.
Yeah, you might also want to check the nationality of the people that are currently attacking the White House.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
true.
people that you're taking down
That's
to the bunker.
true. Yeah. The biggest one of all isn't it an easy call to choose the safety of millions of civilians over the life of the president and his staff?
the president's not a person; it's an idea. You're welcome.
Converted you. Duff applied for his American citizenship straight after this.
I
maybe.
wonder how that plays out in the actual in the handbook that's
Yeah,
given
true.
to the,
Yeah.
the chief in command.
Yeah.
Yeah, there would be something in there that says, do you reckon there's a certain number of lives that the president's life is worth?
3.
Or is it? Yeah, I don't know.
It depends which president.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably.
But to me, it's assured destruction of a nation, if not more widespread chaos. And they're
Yep.
like, no, we'll pull the ships out. Fuck the Koreans.
Yeah.
As long as we save this guy who is going to be replaced in a couple of years by some other schmuck anyway.
Yeah,
To me, it's an easy call. You're just like, okay, take him out.
definitely was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the pulling out of South Korea wasn't their end game. Cerebus was their end game. So
Yeah. The other thing about the pulling out of Korea, there's the subtext there that it's implied that the only thing preventing like mass nuclear destruction
Here we go.
is I can't help myself. Is the presence of American military forces in foreign territory.
Yeah.
They're like, if we don't have those boats off the coast
love
of
it.
Korea, everyone dies.
It's my only problem, I guess, with this whole movie. Like, I literally just have that one issue. It's that, but like the overtones of Miracle and freedom.
Oh,
and,
hoorah.
how
hoorah
many
and
slow
all that.
motions?
It's
Slow motion flags,
Man.
and the sound, the score, the soundtrack.
Yeah. I was going to ask,
It's my only problem.
do you reckon it is more affecting if you are like a patriotic American? Like,
Yeah.
it must be, right? Like, that's who it's aimed at.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Oh, they're loving that shit.
Yeah.
They're jerking off to it the whole time.
It felt like that flag took 4 minutes to hit the ground.
Yeah.
And there was lots of shots of the bullet-riddled flag.
Yeah,
and that sort of
yeah,
thing.
and at
yeah.
the end is they're pulling the flag back up.
Yeah.
Not a half mast because a lot of people died.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Yeah. They're just like,
when I say it's like a problem, right? Because it's just a bit like, because I think it's just because Australians generalising aren't overly patriotic like that. But we have to remember that Americans are.
yeah.
They love that shit.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is rife with nationalism.
Yeah.
They're dragging the Secretary of State down the hallway, and she's like, "I pledge allegiance to the United States." I'm just like, she's not like, "Tell my husband I love him." She's like,
That's Melissa Leo, isn't it?
actress.
The Madam Secretary.
Oh, yeah.
She's so good at playing
She's
old.
So
Man, she's a great actress.
when I actually, she is, but she really goes for it in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
I loved her. She gets kicked twice in the ribs, and you'd think she's been tortured in a POW camp for like 6 months. Like, she's just, I'm dying. You just got kicked in the ribs a couple of times.
Yeah, by a Korean Ken.
Do they kick well?
Yeah, kick well.
Oh,
Very
okay.
good kickers.
But she went for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she
actually
went
think
for
she was really good.
She was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole movie went for it, so
Yes,
it was fine. It wasn't out of
100%.
place.
Yeah.
They
And
can't just show, in saying that, they can't show her getting fucking the shit kicked out of her for 5 minutes.
No.
Why
They've
not?
got to fuck America, fuck yeah.
On the positives, one of the things that I think actually elevates this above schmaltz
Yes.
is the fact that they have actresses like her in it.
Yeah.
Like, there was so many recognizable faces and shit in it. Like, you listed off all those people in the cast.
Yep.
You might not know those names, but if you Google those faces, you'll be like, oh, that guy.
When I do the cast later, I cover off most of them briefly,
Yeah.
but also which character they played.
Yep.
Because I was, I know all those names as well. But like Angela Bassett, like I know her as soon as I see her. But I'm like, what's her name?
The leader of the Secret Service, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she was great. I thought she was really good
She's
in
in
it.
a lot of shit. Yeah.
I thought
Melissa Leo. Or Angela Bassett.
Angela
Or both
Bassett.
of them. Oh, yeah.
Bassett. Yeah.
Ryder
They're both
Mitchell.
great.
Yeah.
Everyone was great in it.
Yeah.
Was there someone that wasn't good in it?
No, and that's one of the things that made
one
it
of the
good.
things-
Yeah, it really was.
Totally
so it's
agree.
what my only other nitpick, and this is an action movie thing, so I get it.
Yep.
They must have fired a fucking million bullets at Banning, right?
Yeah.
Never gets
Million.
hit. And he literally at one point he like sticks his gun around the corner blindly and goes blow and hits the guy right in the middle of the head.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure if you know, but he's an ex-Army Ranger.
Yeah.
Right.
So they can do that.
Yeah, right,
They can
right.
do that, no problem.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just. Actually, speaking of ex-Army Ranger, this is my favourite Banning move in the whole movie, which is right towards the start when all of a sudden there's a sniper.
Just
the
with a
female
handgun?
sniper, and she's like headshotting a couple of the Secret Service agents. And then Banning, he does the classic. He puts the handgun over the elbow of his other arm.
Extra
So
stability.
that's right. He uses it like that.
Oh, from
and
behind
then he
a
just shoots
tree.
it 100 yards, headshot, bang.
Yeah, he's good at what he
Beautiful.
does.
And that's when you're like, oh, he's an ex-Army Ranger.
Yeah.
Only they
He's
can do that.
running towards the White House.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He's just not great at getting women out of cars, but he's fucking good at shooting people.
The other cool thing in this is I thought the hand-to-hand stuff was really good as well.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He's kind of like he's got like this brute force thing, but also he's very good at martial arts.
Yeah,
because he's too big to do kung fu, so he has this kind of version of it.
Yeah. That he does one kick against Dylan McDermott. That I still don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But he like flips in the air, then does a somersault backflip, 10-10 diving, and then puts a knife in the fucking Dylan's head.
Yeah.
Like fucking hell.
No, he shoots Dylan in the head, doesn't he?
No. He shoots him in the. He's dying, and then he does the right thing.
No, you're thinking of Rick Yoon.
Is it that?
Yeah, he stabs
Is that
Rick.
fine?
He stabs the
Yeah.
Korean terrorist.
Yeah, he says, and because he
Crazy.
says, "I'm going to put a." He says to
But
him
they're
in the
similar
banter.
fight scenes.
Yeah.
He actually, and he
both
says to him
die the
during their
same.
little
does.
confrontation over the Zoom call or whatever you call it. He says, "I'm going to put a knife in your brain."
They say
So it was. I wanted to talk for like 20 minutes about the close range headshots, but you've just reminded me. There's quite a few
shots.
knives to the head
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
There's the one where he's interrogating the two guys.
That's what I was
One of
going
them
to
starts
bring up.
laughing, and he just goes straight
goes-
up into his jaw.
I liked your friend. He seemed like a funny guy.
And he goes, and he goes, "It must be a bit rusty."
Yeah.
Okay, asshole. Yo, hey, who's running the show? You speak English? They teach you that where you come from? Because you know what they teach me? It's how to extract information from people like you. That's funny, huh? No, it's funny. I know. I get it. Yeah, I guess I'm a little rusty. I liked your friend, though. He seems like a funny guy.
That is
really
another thing that I thought actually elevated it above pure
he will
schmaltz.
move
Yep.
mountains
Yeah.
to get the job done. And when he's telling that control room, what do you want me to do next?
Yeah.
I'll just keep killing them, I guess. Can you kill them all? Yeah, if you want. Like,
Yeah, okay, righto.
guess
Knives, gun, how do you want it?
yeah.
Do you want me to look at him or just shoot him around the corner?
Yeah.
So I think it's a really good point about the fight scenes and all that sort of stuff, because the production values and sort of going back to the budget and then talking about the planes and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Completely convincing all the way through, right?
Yeah.
Like I found all the everything that blew up, the cars banging together,
Explosions were cool.
Yeah.
The trucks, the garage.
Yeah, the
garage.
what do you call them?
Garbage.
Garbage trucks. Garage,
Yeah.
garbage, man.
Yeah, they probably parked in the garage.
And the wheels blow off and the
Yeah.
sides drop down and,
Yeah.
And then more Gatling guns.
That's just.
I'm getting jacked again.
God, I love a fucking tracer bullet.
Yeah, I've actually got that in my
love
notes.
a tracer
Yeah.
bullet.
Love tracer
Like,
bullets.
Put a tracer bullet in any movie and I'm
Yeah.
all in.
That's 13 hours, which we'll do on the pod
Yeah.
one day. That's got a lot of tracer bullets.
Lot of tracer bullets.
Yeah, love tracer bullets.
So, I find it hard, again, we always wonder how someone can give something a 0, right? Even production value.
Yes.
I don't know what metrics they're using to score.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've got a Duff-like system where they break it down into, compartments.
Yep.
Production value and sort of convincingness, it's got to score pretty well.
Got to score something. It looked really good.
It was really well
Yeah,
done.
really
it was
well
really
done.
slick, man. It was
Yeah.
really slick. And all the way through, all the fight scenes, because I get pretty bored in fight scenes again.
If they go for too long,
Yeah.
that was the cool thing about this movie.
No.
You know, even when he
quick.
fights the main villain,
Yeah.
it's all over in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
I don't want to watch 15. I don't want to watch a Star Wars fight scene where it goes for like 36 minutes and it's just I want to fucking watch it.
He's shitting on Star Wars now.
But he's an ex-army ranger. He's
Yeah.
the best in the world at what he does. He's going to finish this guy off pretty quick.
Yeah.
So let it be real.
I love how the majority of the movie, he's just got a handgun. It's just a handgun. There's
That's all he
so
needs.
many machine guns
He
on
has
the floor.
one for a little while, yeah.
Just got the
Yeah.
handgun.
Yeah.
Why not?
And a million magazines. That's the other thing.
I liked the saving of the sun, spark plug.
Spark plug.
There you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon, like, if you're listening in, if you've sort of somehow tapped the wire or whatever they call it,
Yep.
and they're using
They
those,
usually do that in these type of films.
and they're using those dumb code names and shit,
Yeah.
you're not going to work it out. Even when they're leaving Camp David and they're going, we have the complete package. I'll go, well, that'll be the whole fucking family, right? Like, it's not hard to work it out, right? It's not the Da Vinci Code, you know what I mean? Like, you can work it out pretty quickly. So, waste of time. Might as well just say, I've got the president, his wife, and his cute kid.
Yeah.
You might as well just you might as well put it out there.
Make no difference.
Yeah.
So are we ready to discuss, and we've already brought up a few times, the close-range headshots?
Go for it.
Is this like the pinnacle of close-range headshots for a movie? Can you think of another movie that is this brutal in terms of that? Like, as in, they just don't hold back.
Not without
I've got-
Googling.
Yeah.
What I have is, the only thing it compares to me is the original terrorist movie, Die Hard.
Yeah.
Where
Does he do a lot of
two?
close? Two, okay.
The coke addict and fucking one,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Oh,
You're gonna have to kill me.
yeah.
Brains
there's-
on the wall. Yeah.
Every good action movie has at least one close-range
Yeah.
headshot. And it's the one where you don't see it coming. And it's usually the hero doing it to one of the villain. And usually it'll go, something like that. Where he's about to interrogate him, or I'm going to take you in, and then you just get bang, shoots him in there. Every good action movie has that, but this is like the whole way through, and it's the villain doing it to people. It's the hero doing it to people.
Yeah.
It's great, man.
The villain, when there's a tight shot of an innocent, and then he pops a cab in the head, and then they fall down to
really
I feel really
good.
sad for those hostages because they get on the helicopter and then it fucking blows up. I felt for these people. You just fucking blew them into ash.
Yeah. And what a good villain.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah,
Great villain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Loved it.
And also it stayed true to the tone you were talking about before, with like how it's it's a pretty intense action movie.
Yeah.
And the worst thing they could have done, in my opinion, is put in a
cheesy,
a charismatic villain.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been horrible.
Yeah.
It would have just ruined the whole tone. And I'm love that they didn't, because you could argue, I could have someone argue to me that he was a little bit flat for a villain. Like Rick Yoon was, the actor.
Yeah.
I think he was great.
But yeah, no, he was. But someone could say, oh, he's a bit flat.
No, who are these someones?
That's perfect. That's perfect. You want it like
Coldly
that.
disaffected is
That's
what I thought.
perfect.
Yeah,
I
just
put that he's a
Well,
good.
when
he
he said
shoots,
flat way better than me, so
yeah.
fuck you.
when he kills the South
Okay,
South
fucking-
Korea
what was it?
bloody
odious. Fucking.
when he kills the South Korea Prime Minister, and you go, oh shit, this
Yeah.
guy means business, and
Yeah.
he was so flat and monotones are bloody. He's just so straightforward in what he wants.
Yeah.
Cuts communication.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a machine.
Yeah.
He had two.
He seems like a guy you can't get under the skin of.
Yeah.
But Gerard Butler does that, and it really gets him cranky.
He does, doesn't he? He had two basic emotions: smug, and
Yep, my favourite of the emotions.
yeah,
Yep.
and flat or coldly disaffected. But he also, he was those things, and he was pure evil.
Yeah.
He was.
It was a really good
Yeah.
balance of those things.
good villain.
Yeah, I
A,
thought he was a good villain.
believable villain.
Yeah, and he was a
Yeah.
physical presence too. He's a
He
big
was.
unit.
Yeah, big guy.
Fucking big
If
unit.
someone was gonna take over the White House, then that's the guy that's gonna do it.
True.
Yeah.
I've got a nitpick for me.
Yes.
Cerebrus is going off. They're escaping through a tunnel that comes out in Washington. And all these nuclear bombs are going off while they're in Washington. So, like, are they going to get out? Like,
No.
They had no plan. Let's
Yeah.
just blow a hole in the door and we'll see where we get to. Does that make sense?
Uh,
Because Cerebrus was down to 1
Yeah.
when they cut it off.
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
Great point, actually.
Really
Yeah.
fast helicopter they got brought in.
Maybe the same one from
Yeah.
Camp David that appeared.
Just appeared out of nowhere. My Cerebrus.
Let's hope
nitpick-
it's not snowing.
Oh, we're going to take a car. out.
Just a nuclear
Can't take choppers in the snow, guys. We covered this off.
I want a ruling on that. But my Cerebrus nitpick
Quickly Google it.
is how long is the fucking deactivation code? It should be 3 digits, right? Because if you want to shut that off, you want to shut it off quickly, and they're like Alpha, Charlie, Romeo,
Yeah, fair point.
1.
Yeah. Are we going back to nitpicks now?
Yeah.
I'll just
I
shut
don't want to go back.
We just-
I would
We
have
got
been
him out the
fine
way.
doing that code. And then she goes, backslash. I went, whoa, what the fuck is
Which
that?
one's the backslash? Is that the one that leans to the left or the
Yeah.
right?
Is that a comma? Am I doing a smiley face right now? Oh, jeez.
That's a semicolon, Duff.
That was my nickname in high school, semicolon. Carry on.
Get it?
I don't know what a semicolon is.
No. It's never mind.
I'll leave the nitpicks out now. I'm done.
Thank you.
Done.
I'm glad you're done.
Yeah.
That's
I have one final thing, unless anyone else has got any general discussion points they wanted to bring up about the film.
Oh, about the film? Yeah, no, I'm good.
No, you good?
Yeah.
Covered everything you wanted to?
No, I just wanted to say that it was like sort of big dumb fun.
Yeah.
But it's big dumb fun that worked.
Yeah.
And I reckon that it was the reason it worked is, like I said, good cast.
Yeah.
Elevated it above schmaltzy.
Yeah.
And we've sort of touched on it as well. There was some really good writing and good dialogue.
Yeah, there was.
It didn't always stand out, but the one-liners were good.
Yeah.
Oh, they were great.
You know,
Without being too cheesy.
Yeah.
They were just right.
Yeah.
I don't think they were cheesy at all.
No, they weren't.
No, they weren't at all. Yeah. He takes a slight turn in London Has Fallen.
Yeah.
And it goes. It is actually the same ride as London Has Fallen. I'll touch on that a bit later.
Okay.
But,
Shut your mouth.
No, it's good. I like it. No, I like it. But the one-liners in that, they just dial it up a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Now they got it right here, and the back and forth between Banning and Kane before the final showdown was really good. You know, the United Republic of who gives a fuck.
Yeah,
stuff like that was really
Let's
good.
play a game of fuck off. You go first.
Yeah. It just it probably kudos to our mate Gerard Butler as well for delivering it well. Like he did. It's peak Gerard Butler.
Very earnestly.
Yep. He did well.
He was good.
Yeah.
It is peak Gerard Butler, which we'll discuss.
Yeah. And my last point is I love the little cameo from the guy from Channel 10 News.
Oh yeah, Hamish. What's his name? Hamish McLaughlin or something like that.
I don't know. Fucking well
so
done,
he was
mate.
a real Channel 10 News guy.
Yeah.
He works in London now, I'm told.
Does he?
By my people, yeah.
That was really odious.
So before we move on with the general formula of the pod, I had something for you. It got me thinking as I was watching this that this is a particular genre of movie. Like it's not just an action movie, it's a hostage movie.
Yeah.
So I started thinking about what movies I like the most where I want to make it fairly specific, where it's like a group of people being held hostage in a set place.
Yes.
That's the genre.
Right.
And it is a genre, right?
It is.
Is that fair to say?
I'd say so, yeah.
I wonder what my kind of top 5 looks like for that.
Right. Well, tell us.
Yeah. I had... should I do it in order? I think I should.
I think you think you're shit.
You and me proof. Should I do it in order? I will. I will do it in order.
Yeah.
1 to 5 or 5 to 1?
I'll do 5 to 1.
To build it up.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
So number 5, I had The Siege with Denzel Washington.
Right.
Actually, I think it's just called Siege.
And
where they're on a bus, essentially.
Yeah, I know that.
Terrorists. It's fucking really good.
Bruce Willis
So it's like late 90s, and if you don't remember it or haven't seen it, watch it.
Give it a
It's a
rewatch.
shock for everyone. I either haven't seen it or don't
It's
remember
very
it.
political, yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I might rewatch it.
It was right around like 9/11 and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
It was actually just before, which is crazy when you watch it. But it's that type of terrorist and those sort of demands.
You had me at Denzel anyway.
So The Siege was really good. Number 4, I had Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how often I say I'm the captain now.
I seen
every day.
seen Captain Phillips there. I was like,
that was good.
It's a little less actiony than the other ones.
Yeah.
It's more dramatic.
Yep.
It's very well done.
Yeah. Yep.
Number 3, I actually had this.
Yep.
Olympus Has Fallen as my third favourite.
Okay.
Yep. I had Die Hard as my second favourite, which is going to be
That's
a lot
huge.
of people's. Yep. And then my favourite was The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to special mention Toy Soldiers. If they love Toy Soldiers. So I fucking love that movie,
I had
man.
forgotten about
Sean
Toy
Astin.
Soldiers.
Toy Soldiers would almost be like my number 1 based on the amount of times watched because I literally grew up on that fucking movie. But the only problem with it now is it's very fucking 80s.
Yeah, it would
so
be.
if you go back and watch it now, you're like, oh, yeah. It's still good. It's still
Has
really
that got
entertaining.
Emilio Estevez in it?
I love
it's
Sean Astin.
I just wanted to say Emilio Estevez. I'm not
Similar.
Gonna lie.
Very similar.
All right, I've got my top 5.
Go.
But I had to do 6 because
Yep.
I'm a sucker. So for 5, I had The Negotiator.
Yep.
And John Q. John Q is going to freak a lot of people out
No, not at all.
because it's a very cheesy movie, which I fucking love.
Wait, The Negotiator.
Negotiator with Samuel Jackson. The hostages are his co-workers.
Okay.
Yep.
For number 4, I had Inside Man.
Boom.
Number 3, I had The Rock.
Yep.
Number 2, Under Siege. I can't go past Under Siege.
Yeah, fuck.
I
That's
love.
good. Yeah.
I love.
I probably forgot about that.
And then the quintessential one is Die Hard.
Yeah.
Number 1. You can't.
Yep.
I just Yeah, it started this. This trend.
Oh, I'm just more of the Rock fan than I am a Die Hard fan. But they're both in my sort of top 20 of all time.
Both classics, yeah.
And I would have had Olympus Has Fallen in this as well, but we're doing a pod on it, so I want to discuss it.
Oh, that's fair. So if we weren't doing a pod on it, it'd slip in there somewhere?
Oh, yeah. Like
above the Negotiator, I think?
So,
somewhere around there.
Big time.
Cool.
There's a bit of crossover, but my list's a bit different.
Yeah.
Number 5, this is probably a bit of a shock to some people, and I've only seen it once, but I really enjoyed it, so I probably should go back and check it out. Money Monster.
Yeah, really good. I thought of that one, but I was trying to think. I've only watched it the once when it came out, and I really liked it.
I enjoyed it.
Does he hold like a room full of... I was careful. He does?
Yeah.
I thought he's
got a gun on live TV, and he's got...
I thought he only had the news reporters. Or not the news reporters, but...
Well, is there a number of hostages that means to qualify?
Well, yeah, I think there is. Because otherwise you say Collateral. Because Jamie Foxx is a hostage the whole time.
Okay, so Collateral's number 5.
Is it really?
I didn't realise there was a bloody limit on how many people we have to care about. No, but I probably need to go back and revisit it. But it was one of those ones as well. I went in not knowing anything about it and actually really enjoyed it.
Right, Jack O'Connell, one of my favourite actors. Yeah.
4, Hotel Mumbai.
Yeah, that's a very good movie.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the only thing Hotel Mumbai, I just found some parts of it just like a little bit
production value.
Yeah, production value wise. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really notice it, to be honest, but yeah.
Okay.
I just found out.
Well, I noticed the bad CGI in fucking Battle Los Angeles, and you did.
You're the only one.
I've got an eye for these things.
You've got a jaundiced eye. I was in
yellow eye.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was invested all the way through. I found it really good.
Yeah. It is a great film. Yeah, really great.
Really good movie. I will never.
What else you got?
Argo.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep. Just a classic. Number 2.
Argo over Munich.
Yeah, Munich. Munich. I watched once.
Yeah.
And found it really, really long and a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in fraud. I've seen Munich a lot.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Remember when we went through a phase of watching Munich? Remember when what was that movie, the Judd Apatow one, Knocked Up?
Yeah.
And the banter between those guys,
that's
drunk in the bar and going home and watching Munich.
Yes.
So we started going home and watching Munich because they were doing it, and I'm like, it must be like a wicked late night action. And you watch it, you're like, fuck, this is pretty long.
The sun's coming up.
What Knocked Up told me it was going to be.
I'm not drunk anymore.
Yeah.
10 minutes later.
Good film, though. Old school again. But yeah, Argo's great.
Yeah. Number 1, 2
that won the Oscar, didn't it? Argo?
Yeah, it won. Yeah.
Ben Affleck.
Just a really good, and there's a little bit of a theme there. Well, not really because it's only 2 of them. But true stories, I kind of like something. I like based on a true story.
True stories.
Yeah. And I don't mind if they base it on a true story and then jazz it up a little bit. So I've got no issues.
You got to do that sometimes because sometimes true stories are just a bit boring.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
It's shit.
Die Hard, number 2. Yeah, no doubt. And number 1, Inside Man.
Really?
I love that movie, man.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. I'm not an Inside Man guy.
Really?
What?
As in, I don't dislike it, but I'm
It was Clive Owen before he was.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know
So-
what it is to the point where everyone that I know that loves movies loves Inside Man.
Yeah.
So I've gone
on
and
the top
revisited it a couple of times, going, "Oh shit, I really should watch this again. Maybe I'll like it more." I don't know. It just something doesn't. It just
Give me Jodie Foster. Give me Denzel.
I know I'm definitely the
Give me
outlier.
Spike Lee.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm in. Yeah, it was. And the first time I watched it, the twist got me.
Yep.
And then I thought, you don't have to watch it again because you know the twist. Like there's some movies, once you've seen the twist, Bruce Willis is dead. Whatever. We'll never watch that again.
Oh,
yeah.
Sometimes I like the twist to rewatch it again and see little hints about it.
Yeah, and I did, and I couldn't keep watching it. I really enjoyed it. So that's my number 1.
So did you have The Rock in there? You didn't have The Rock?
No, I didn't have The Rock. Do you know what? For some reason, completely forgot about The Rock.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Yeah, in fairness, I forgot about Under Siege.
Yeah.
So for me, judging by my list, there's 3 movies in my top 20. So this genre for me is
great genre.
So
Great
your
genre.
top 3 are in your top 20?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
Die Hard, Under Siege, and The Rock. I love Under Siege.
I love the fact Under Siege is in your top 20 movies all the time.
Right,
That's the most duff thing ever.
Gary Busey and Tommy Lee Jones playing
Jones.
fucking weird characters.
I just remember the chick bursting out of the giant cake.
Yeah.
That's the only bit I remember.
Playboy bunny coming
Yeah,
out
that's
of the
right.
cake, yeah.
That says a lot about me.
And I don't care what anyone says. Under Siege 2 is a good movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Casey fucking Ryback's on this train.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Real good movie. That was good. Yeah, it was fun. I was curious as to what you guys would have, whether we'd have some crossover. Me and Duff generally have crossover. As much as we like to always bag each other's opinions out on film,
Very similar.
we generally have the same, build a list of your top 10 movies of the last 10 years, and it's like 9 are the same. It's like,
Okay.
Yeah. So are you guys ready for me to get into the cast, director, writer, etc.?
Born ready.
Okay. Are you guys ready to do Antoine Fuqua?
Fuqua.
Yeah.
Did you? This is more. I know you knew who he was, Duff.
Fuqua.
BJ, did you know who the Fuqua was before doing this? And you probably Googled him while doing your research.
No, I stayed away from research for
Great.
this. I left that to you.
Thank
so
you so
I want to
much.
go on a Fuqua journey
Thank
with
you so much.
Ken.
So I'm a Fuqua guy.
I'm a Fuqua guy.
Yeah, his body of work. I celebrate all of it on Blu-ray, a couple on 4K.
Convert me.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So what I'll do here is, so he's an interesting director for that exact reason. The fact that you love your films and you don't know who Antoine Fuqua is. No. I guarantee you that 2 or 3 of the films I'm about to read out, you would give above 80. And you would probably have them in your top 20 or 30 films.
Fucking challenge accepted.
You ready?
Go.
Spider senses are tingling.
He has a he has a certain type of film he likes to make.
Right.
And this is in that wheelhouse.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Here we go.
That's one I'm really excited about.
Yeah. He's still making like these sort of 90s action films or 80s, 90s action films. He's still making them now.
He's the holdover.
He's putting them out. He doesn't give a fuck. He's got the foul language.
Fuqua give no fuck.
Yeah, he does not. So his overall Metacritic was 51, which is about right for this kind. Once I read these movies out, I'm building up to it. You see,
no, to do it, yeah. No, I love
it. So he's not making Oscar movies. Fuqua, he's really not. So 51 is a great result there.
Yeah.
All right, his 2 highest scoring movies, Training Day.
Yeah,
he did it.
Okay,
Fuqua.
And The Guilty. This year's one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Top 10 of last year for me.
You haven't watched it yet?
No.
Great
okay.
film.
Guilty.
It's on it's a Netflix movie.
I like a bit of Jack Gyllenhaal.
He's a really good film.
That
Call him
movie
Jake. Sorry,
was
Jake.
so suspenseful the whole time. I was just anxious the whole movie. It's so good.
I had to build up to watch it because I don't generally like those one-room movies, like the whole thing shot in one room.
Claustrophobic movies.
He's like an ambulance dispatch guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know the one now.
Not ambulance, dispatch operator.
Yeah, and he takes the call and...
That's right.
Okay.
Disgraced cop who gets demoted while there's an investigation going on.
Great film.
Yeah, it's
had
so
it in my
good.
top 10 for 2021.
Number 7 for me.
I respect your opinion, so I'll put it on the list.
Everything else he's done is under 60, which is fine.
That's okay.
Here's the list.
Yep.
Tears of the Sun.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
King Arthur.
Yep.
Which one?
The one with
Clive Owen.
Clive Owen, yes.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah,
I thought you were a huge fanboy of that.
That's me. Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
Fucking Joel Edgerton.
Clive Owen?
Here we
Give it
go.
to me. Clive Owen.
Shooter.
Yeah,
Love
right.
Shooter.
There you go. That's above 80, isn't it, for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like
Sure.
that. Yeah.
I would argue Shooter's one of the top 2 or 3 action films of the last 20 years.
Yeah. I looked it up.
Love it.
Doesn't qualify.
No, it doesn't.
No, it was one of the first ones I looked up.
Brooklyn's Finest.
Yep.
I know you would be a fan.
Yep.
You might not have seen it.
Don't know that one.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Olympus Has Fallen. I'm doing it in order of how he's made them as well.
Yep.
Olympus Has Fallen. The Equalizer.
Yeah.
It's a good
Really
body.
good. Yeah.
That's an incredible run right there.
It's a
So
good
with
run.
nothing in between, he did Tears of the Sun, King Arthur, Shooter, Brooklyn's Finest, Olympus Has Fallen, and The Equalizer. The only outlier there is probably Brooklyn's Finest because that wasn't a...
wasn't a blockbuster.
No, it was a smaller film.
Toned it down a bit. It's really good, though.
I already want to
really good.
apologise to
Antoine Fuqua.
Antoine Fuqua.
Yes. After that, he did Southpaw, which I don't actually love. That's one of the only films of his I don't like.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan.
I quite like boxing movies. This just felt... didn't feel
But I
right.
also felt there was a glut of boxing movies around that time
There
as
was.
well. Yeah.
There was. Then he did The Equalizer 2, which wasn't as good as The Equalizer, but still great.
Still good.
Might be on someone's list.
And he also did one that I really loved, The Magnificent Seven remake.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
I watched that 2 weeks ago. That's
There you go.
insane.
That's
I
Antoine.
loved it.
That's Antoine.
Oh, see that? Okay, he's got some range.
He does.
Okay,
Yeah.
he
They're
likes
all in the
action,
wheelhouse. Yeah.
but he doesn't. There's different eras and different genres there.
I hope there's a lot of people listening right now going, fuck, I really love Antoine
I've got a new
Fuqua.
appreciation.
And before you listen to this pod, you don't know who the fuck
Because
Antoine Fuqua
I
is.
knew the movies he did before knowing it was Fuqua.
Yeah. He does have a couple of misses.
Okay.
One of his misses, and I'm okay to say it,
Yeah.
was Infinite from last year with Mark Wahlberg. I don't know whether you saw it. It's kind of Highlander, but a modern take on it.
Missed that one completely. Never heard of it.
They released on
good for you.
Paramount Plus, and no one's got Paramount Plus.
No, it's Australia.
Yeah. Infinite with Mark Wahlberg scored 28.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's a mess. The whole thing's a mess. Even if you like the genre, like action, sci-fi, all that shit, it really goes for it. It goes for it. And if you read the synopsis, you'd be like, fuck, I am in.
Right.
But then you watch it and you're like, ooh, this is a disaster.
Yeah.
Yep.
There can only be one Highlander.
Nice.
Nice.
It was very Highlander vibes.
Love Highlander.
But yeah, just a modern take on it. Any other thoughts on Antoine Fuqua, Duff? I know.
I just love them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, all his movies. He's
You a Southpaw guy?
No.
No, okay.
Oh, so most of them.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen Infinite yet.
I haven't seen
Other
Infinite
than
yet.
that, you're all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all in big time. Like I know his whole films. I love every. It's like he's directing them just for me.
Yeah, you're the
That's what
demographic.
And I am the
yeah,
demographic.
exactly.
I'm the
Fucking
dead hoper
Yeah.
that loves fucking these
I
bang
don't know how
movies.
he's probably about our sort of age. I reckon he'd be like,
Yeah.
But yeah, he's great. He just loves what he grew up on the same movies we did, and now he's just remaking them.
Can we
Perfect.
at him on the Twitter because I think he's going to love this.
Yeah, we will. So the writer of the film was Creighton Rothenberg. Hasn't done a lot of work.
Isn't he the Steelers quarterback?
Is he? Not a big NFL guy.
Me neither. I don't like hockey either, Ken.
He's is it Steelers? Fuck, I don't. He's written the Fallen trilogy.
Yeah.
And Expendables 3.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
Nothing else. And further to that, he also had to pay a guy for the character of Mike Banner from the Fallen movies. So it wasn't even an original character he came up with. He wrote the movies and then someone said, I have a character that's basically that. Can you please give me $170,000? And he went, yeah, fuck it. He'd kind of copy you. There's a check for $170,000.
That's a really hard thing to copyright because it's a very broad trope.
It's a pretty generic character.
Disgraced Secret Service agent. I came up with that idea.
Yeah. I came up with ex-Army Ranger. Cool, you're a billionaire. Because it's in 400 movies. So yeah, he's virtually done nothing. He's lane. He wrote a few movies for Gerard Butler to star in. Cashed his $1 million and he's gone.
Look, I'm not going to shit on him. He's done better at writing movies than I have.
I'm assuming it's he, but Creighton could be anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Could be male or female.
Could be anything. A lizard, Ken?
It could be. So the cast. Let's do the cast.
Yes.
Let's start with Gerard Butler. I have a question for you guys. Who is Gerard Butler? Who is he?
What do you mean? Who is he?
Who is he? Is he a fucking rom-com? Is he...
No. He's definitely not rom-com.
No,
I know, but what...
Name one fucking rom-com he did that was watchable.
Bounty Hunter.
Rubbish.
P.S. I Love You.
P.S. I Love You. It's good.
Rubbish.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, they're crap.
Oh, wow.
Both of them.
Okay.
Is Katherine Heigl in both of them?
Yeah, I think she is actually.
No, P.S. I Love You is that... I forgot her name from Million Dollar Baby. What's that fella's name?
The one that...
Hilary Swank.
Swank.
Yeah.
Absolutely detested Bounty Hunter. Thought it was absolute rubbish.
Okay.
Yeah, Bounty
P.S. I
Hunter's
Love
a
You. I
piece of
just
shit.
don't fucking remember, to be honest.
Nah, I
I've
don't
not seen
really
it, but it's
remember
like, nah.
Okay, so when I say who is he, he's obviously he's better in action.
He's
right?
an
300
action guy.
changed him.
Yeah.
Now he's an action guy.
Yeah, but he did it. He went back to rom-coms after 300, and he did a couple in the middle there
With
again.
Jennifer Aniston. What,
Yeah.
Is that Bounty Hunter or is that the one with Katherine Heigl?
Is it the same movie?
Yeah, this is the thing.
Let me look it up.
The whole point, the fact that we do not remember the rom-coms kind of is the answer to the question, right?
Yeah, definitely right.
He arrived for 300 and you remember him from his action movies.
But what a confusing beginning to, a beginning to a career, right?
Yeah.
Is when he, what are you doing here? So where were we? We're looking at what he did after 300, right?
Yeah.
So he went from 300 to P.S. I Love You.
Yeah.
Nim's Island, child's film, I think.
Oh, that's terrible.
And then he did The Ugly Truth. That's Katherine Heigl.
Yeah.
And then he went back to action with Gamer, which was
that was crap
not for
too.
me.
Yeah.
And then he did Law Abiding Citizen. So now he's on his
Law
action
Abiding
run.
Citizen's good.
Oh, it's so good.
It's silly, but it's
Jamie
great.
Foxx?
Yeah,
Jamie
it
Foxx.
is.
That one's got fucking hell. Yes.
Oh, wait. Then he's gone back to The Bounty Hunter again.
Yeah.
No.
It's cashing in, baby, with Jennifer Aniston.
He's gone 300, P.S. I Love You, Rock and Roller,
Rock and
The
Roll.
Ugly
I
Truth,
love Rock and Roller.
Gamer and Law Abiding Citizen, The Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
Then he does the Train Your Dragon movies, which are very successful.
Yeah.
They're very good.
Then he does Coriolanus, which is his highest rating Metacritic movie.
Right.
That was about 80-odd.
Yep.
To be honest, I have not actually watched it.
No.
And I'm a massive Gerard guy.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the idea of it written, all the dialogues like
It's all
Shakespearean.
Roman
And
and shit,
Yeah, I don't do Shakespeare.
Then he's gone Machine Gun Preacher.
I love that
Yeah,
movie,
that wasn't
man.
bad, actually.
I love that movie.
Wait for this. Then he's gone back
Oh,
to
God.
rom-com again to Playing for Keeps. Is there another fucking actor that goes from gritty action star back to rom-com?
To mediocre
Gritty action
rom-com,
star
yeah.
back to... Yeah, it's weird, eh?
Nah.
Yeah.
I know he's better in this.
Yeah.
But it's a weird career.
Gerald Butler's best work.
Matthew McConaughey, maybe?
Yeah.
No.
He was doing a
possibly.
bit of that,
Yeah.
but he was never really action star, though.
No.
Anyone else doing it? Chris Pine? He did a couple of rom-coms.
actually,
Is he even relevant anymore?
Fuck
Hey,
you.
come on, mate.
Look, for always, you'd go and
Hell
watch
and
Hell or
High
High Water.
Water.
But has anybody watched any of those rom-coms twice by choice?
God, no.
No.
God, no.
They're just not good.
Yeah, and then after that, now he hasn't done a rom-com for a while now.
Den
He's
of
still doing
Thieves.
the Dragon movies. They're up to like 9 of those.
Yeah.
They just churn them out. I think maybe Netflix or something owns it now, and they just
Yeah, that's just like cool story. Add more dragons. Okay.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
good. Yep. And then just a quick shout out to
Den of Thieves.
Yeah.
Den of Thieves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's his best work.
All right,
great.
good, just on the spot because I've got some other stuff on him, but whatever. On the spot, what's your favourite Gerard Butler? I'll let you have 2 or 3 at the most. Gerard
Okay.
Butler movies. Favourite character / movie he plays.
Well, Olympus Has Fallen.
Yep.
For me.
Yep.
Loved him. 300.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, fuck, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's just like, and of course, Den of Thieves.
Den of Thieves.
Den of Thieves. That ensemble and Pablo.
Schreiber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
It's awesome.
It's like
Don't talk too much on it.
yeah, it's like a modern day.
It's on my
Heat.
list.
It's a modern day heat.
It's a modern day heat.
Yeah, love it.
It's very good. Beautiful gunplay.
Yeah.
BJ?
Yeah, I'd 300.
Yep.
No doubt. And I'm probably going to have to put Den of Thieves.
Yep.
He wasn't that big. How big was he in Rock and Roll? I'm trying to remember.
That was he was there.
Yeah.
He was second or third fiddle.
Right.
Yeah, you got Idris in the
What's
movie.
the main guy in Rock and Roll's name again?
Oh.
He didn't really he ended up doing a few bits and pieces. But
What are you talking about?
not the main guy in Rock and Roller, but the other.
Oh, Toby
kid.
Kebbell.
Yeah, Toby Kebbell.
Yeah.
Toby Kebbell's a hell
He did some bits and pieces.
motion picture. He played Kong and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he played the creatures in Kong.
Okay,
Just
awesome.
I think that
You going with 300?
Yeah,
And Den of
300.
Thieves.
Den of Thieves. Yeah, and I'll go with Rock and Roller. I think
Okay.
Guy Ritchie was on the wane a little bit by Rock and Roller, but
Yeah.
it's still really good. Like
It's good.
If you measure it against the other Guy Ritchie films,
Yep.
which some are just
I just don't.
amongst my favourites, it's not great.
I think it's
Love
the
it.
third best in rock and roll. I love the movie.
Yep.
I could talk about it all day.
Yeah, yeah.
Tom Wilkinson.
But it's Tom Hardy and Idris Elba.
Oh,
steal
Tom
that. They just steal.
Tom Hardy's
They
wicked. Yeah.
steal the whole movie.
I would have. I don't know whether I've got 300 because I fucking love 300, but I
Yeah.
think I actually love a couple of his others more than 300.
Oh, do tell.
I like Den of Thieves.
Yeah.
I like this. I really like Greenland.
Yeah.
I know
Actually,
I always
Greenland
talk
was
about it.
good, man.
Fuck, it's
I
a good
watched that because
movie,
you
man.
told me
Yeah,
to. And I
that's
was
very
Did you
good.
check it out?
Yeah,
You liked it?
Yeah, it's good. That's
Yeah.
my kind of shit.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apocalyptic stuff. Yeah.
But I think we can all agree that Gerard Butler has had, although like if you cancel out his rom-coms and just looked at his kind of action thrillery type movies, pretty good career.
Yeah.
Great career.
Yeah.
It's interesting because we spoke about the
I'd go
best
watch it.
modern action stars,
Yeah.
and that run stacks up pretty well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's it's slightly second tier.
He's still bankable. That's
Yeah,
all, that's
he is.
all.
He's
Yeah.
coming to the end now.
Yeah.
His recent one had Frank Grillo in it, which means you're just teetering into B grade.
No.
no.
He's not there
No.
yet.
I love Frank
I
Grillo.
love Frank Grillo.
I love
I
Frank
won't hear a
Grillo.
bad word
But it
said
means
about
you're
him.
just going over the edge of the mountain and you're coming down the other side a little bit. And Frank Grillo's waiting halfway down the mountain going, oi, I got this fucking movie, man. There's guns
And
there's coke.
Mel Gibson and Bruce Willis go, "What is it, man?"
They're already there with him.
And Nick Cage just goes, "Fuck you."
Very good. So Aaron Eckhart is next, right?
big fan.
We've had the Aaron Eckhart conversation.
Yeah.
So we won't.
What is he? Is the stepdad your?
Fuck, what was it? It was my wife that came up with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The stepdad, the annoying stepdad that you love to hate or whatever.
Yeah, we've got into it.
So we don't need to go too deep. How did you guys find him in the?
He was
in
okay.
this
He
versus
didn't
that?
do much, right?
Yeah. Well, he never does.
No.
Shut up, man.
All right, we won't do it again.
He played
Slanderous.
He's
with the material you got. He played it well.
Yeah.
He looked like you believed he was a really honest
Yeah,
president.
he was good
You
as the
really
president.
believed he was very patriotic and
And a serious kind
Yeah,
of. Yeah. He
I
played
really
the
liked
president
it.
well.
And he was
How,
really
how many
structured.
times did he say, "I won't give them my code"?
he doesn't, and they just fucking hack it anyway.
Yeah, it's a lot.
He should have went, "Oh, you guys were telling me you were hacking." Aaron Eckhart. Oh, he's got.
Imagine how pissed the chick that got the shit kicked out of her was then.
yeah.
All right, Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
Where do we
yeah.
start with Morgan Freeman? 140 credits.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can't go too far into Morgan Freeman.
I'm not
We've
going
been
to.
talking all
Yeah,
day.
I'm not going to.
For this movie, it was perfect when you find out you're the guy that said "fuck you" to the what is he?
Secretary of State.
Secretary of State, and you find out he is the Secretary of State,
Is that what
and,
it was?
and then you find out they set him up as a warmonger, like he's ready to. Are we bluffing?
Yeah.
And then he becomes president. You're like, oh fuck! But then he takes a 180 and actually, yeah,
He was good. I
Everything's
liked his
better
character.
with Morgan Freeman.
Agreed.
Everything.
yeah.
So he has a score of 51 on Metacritic, which
What?
also no, it's about right.
Yeah.
Think about 140 movies.
Okay.
He's in some fucking movies as well. He has this, like, he's actually done really well because he has this really great reputation, like fucking Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
And then if you actually go through his list of films, you're like, geez, he slums it.
Really?
He really slums it sometimes.
He's
He
an old
doesn't give a
dude,
fuck. Yeah. Oh, not just now. He has throughout his career. He's made some odd choices. Like he's in, Invictus, playing Nelson Mandela, and then a year later he's in some movie about, I don't know, bank robbers that's really bad or something.
I think
actually, bank robbers are always great movies. Bad example, but you get what I mean. He does slum it a bit. He was in Last Nights, for example.
Yeah,
with
right.
Clive
He was
Owen.
in Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yeah.
The second one.
There you go.
The second.
So he's happy to slum it. He likes a paycheck, I'm told. That's if you read about Morgan Freeman, he does openly say, like, I just like getting paid.
He's got bills as well.
He's got bills, and he's also probably got generational wealth by now.
Do you reckon his voice is insured? Has to be.
Would be. Yeah.
Oh,
Has to
yeah.
be.
Yeah.
So this is a fun question to ask on Morgan Freeman, just because there's no point in going through his 140 films. How many times do you reckon Morgan Freeman has played the president in a movie?
Oh.
Well, London Has Fallen. President.
I'm going to say 7. He's played God 5 times and the president 7 times.
What do you say?
I'm going to go 11.
11?
Yeah.
2. It rattled me as well. I would have thought at least 5 or 6. And I think I got God confused because he plays God quite a few times. God, the president. I mean, same.
Yeah,
he's always in a control room.
So he was. You could say 3. Deep Impact is the most memorable one.
Yes.
Yeah. And then it was Angel Has Fallen, not London Has Fallen. And then
yeah.
And then you could say, because Eckhart's London Has Fallen, and then you could actually say this because he kind of plays the president, but he's
acting
not.
president.
He was acting president, technicality. But technically 2. Which
right.
that shook me.
Yeah, no, me too.
His highest film was $1 Million Baby. He had 7 films.
Hilary
over.
Swank.
Yep,
Hilary
Swank.
Swank.
He had 7 films over 80. Unforgiven, Dark Knight, Shawshank. Yeah.
Wow.
Some huge movies.
Yeah.
His lowest film was London Has Fallen, and I just mentioned actually Last Nights with Clive Owen, and there was a couple of others I'd never heard of, so I didn't mention them.
Yep.
I want to give a special mention to one of Morgan Freeman's movies, another film I grew up on and always have a place in my heart, but I dare not watch it again, was Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Do you love it now? How long since
no,
you've
it's
seen it?
aged. I reckon I watched it. I think I watched it last year.
Yeah, it's not good.
There was a young man from Nottingham who tried to cross the river. What a dope piece of roll.
But me and my brothers, we grew up on that one.
Yeah, same. We drove like
Christian
4 hours
Slater,
out of our
baby.
way to go to the castle in England and visit it. It's not
There
much.
you go.
It's not much to look at.
It was a PG action movie,
Yeah.
so it was one of the only ones that my brothers and I were allowed to rent when
Yeah,
we were
fair.
like 10 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
So we just get Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves again.
It was a massive movie at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it really was.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yep, that was a good one. So, anything else on Morgan?
Nah, move on. Push on.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out he was actually God.
Yeah.
Okay. I love his voice work he does on the doco stuff as well. It's really good.
Yeah.
So there's a huge cast of names in this movie, but in the interest of pressing along, I'll just go through the kind of main cast and feel free to jump in. So we had Angela Bassett. She plays the Secret Service director.
Yep.
She's good.
Yeah, she's the only one that kind of trusts Mike Banning. She's very important in this movie.
Yeah.
So
How's my hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, good line.
She was really good. I mentioned it before. I kind of knew her from. I know her face from a lot of things, but I'll be honest, I wouldn't have been able to tell you that was her name.
Yeah,
you guys, you like her? Yeah.
Yeah, I had to look her up. So yeah.
Robert Forster.
Yes.
Love Robert Forster.
Robert Forster in Jackie
Brown.
Jackie Brown, yeah.
Great.
So he plays the kind of, I guess you'd call him like the colonel in this.
Yeah.
What is he in this? I don't know.
He's
He's
the
general. He's general
chief of
General
military
Clerk.
or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
chief of military.
Very, very military looking
There's
man.
so many different, as you say, acronyms and different titles in the room. It's basically just a lot of
After this, he's
60-year-old.
He's the fall guy.
Yeah. He is, yeah. Fun fact about Robert Forster, he's actually played a sheriff or a colonel in 327 movies.
Get out of town.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah. I can't just make shit up.
No, we wouldn't do that.
So this is a big one. Cole Hauser.
Love him.
Yeah. If you don't know who Cole Hauser is, he's kind of the...
You actually do. You just don't know his name.
Yeah, you don't know his name.
Watch Tears of the Sun and a movie called Paparazzi.
Paparazzi, yes.
Not many people have seen Paparazzi.
And also, can I shout out Pitch Black and The Cave?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The Cave.
Of
Fuck, I
course.
love The Cave.
I don't want to talk too much about Pitch Black.
And of course, he plays Rip in Yellowstone, which is a Taylor Sheridan production. And Rip is definitely, and this is not like this is actually just a fact.
He is the best character on
character ever in a TV show.
Right.
Yeah. Have you seen Yellowstone?
No, I'm hearing very good things.
Oh, man.
Really
it's
great.
Unbelievable.
Really great. So anyway, he plays Rip in that, and he's just incredible.
Incredible.
You'd watch just 10 seasons of Rip doing Rip shit.
I would.
So Cole Hauser, big fan. Ashley Judd. The only thing I had next to Ashley Judd was Double Jeopardy.
I like Double Jeopardy.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
not
great
bad.
movie.
Also taught me a lot about the law.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. No, everything I
I
know
wonder
about
if it holds up, the Double Jeopardy law.
I hope never to find out.
Yeah. Melissa Leo, we touched on her before. She plays the Madam Secretary.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Great performance.
Yeah. Straight right from the get-go. She's really good.
She's always good.
Yep.
I almost want to say, I should have fucking looked it up. I reckon she's won an Oscar or something.
Yeah, she did.
She did?
The something. There you go.
For The Mist?
Might have been for The Fighter, maybe, as best supporting.
Oh, yeah. She was great in that, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She should have got one for something by now. She's a phenomenal performer. Dylan McDermott.
I hate this guy.
Yeah.
But in this movie, he was just sleazy enough, and his real persona is the guy.
He's good for this movie.
For this movie, he's good, but I generally don't like him.
Very punchable, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Is he a poor man's David Schwimmer, or is David Schwimmer a poor man's Dylan McDermott?
I think.
Which one is it? Because it's one or the other.
If David Schwimmer. I can't go.
I don't even want to discuss David Schwimmer. I'm opting out,
So
guys.
what if David Schwimmer was in this, playing Dylan McDermott's character?
How dare you?
You could do it.
So neurotic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he is, actually. Yeah. I was going to say he wasn't in Band of Brothers. But he definitely was. The Rada Mitchell was the other one.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. She's Australian.
She's an Aussie.
Yeah, she's done some really great work.
She has.
She's in a lot of things. That's Mike Banning's wife in the movie. Yeah.
Man on Fire.
Pitch Black and
Man
a
on Fire,
Rogue.
yeah. Great in Man on Fire. Really good. Yeah. And last but not least is Rick Yoon, who plays the North Korean terrorist.
Right.
Funny about Nick Yoon is he also plays a North Korean terrorist, like the ringleader of the North Korean terrorists in Die Another Day.
Yeah, and James Bond, I remember
movie.
him that.
Yeah. I don't. I never rewatched those
Got
ones.
the glass in his face.
Yeah. Fuck, you do know that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Shit, I didn't know anyone watched that twice.
I didn't watch it twice. I just remember.
You've got a
amazing
memory.
Stunning memory.
25 years ago.
Can't remember his way home, but can remember the plot of the James Bond movie from 20 years ago.
Did I miss anyone from the cast?
Nah, not that anyone I care
Pretty
about.
happy with that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've got some fun facts before we kick into our last bit of whether we redeem it or not.
Yeah.
Fun facts: the attack on the White House was planned out. So the attack in the movie was planned out by former Secret Service agents who basically told
Like a
the
real
writers.
thing.
Yeah, they told the writers, Creighton, this is how we would have done it.
Wow.
Yeah, which is
Wow.
cool because
Yeah.
I mean he essentially uses David Schwimmer to Dylan McDermott, but he uses Dylan McDermott's character in the movie to plot it essentially.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, very cool little touch there.
Yeah.
Antoine Fuqua chose North Korea as the terrorist because Middle East had been overdone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
North Korea kind of had this mystery and intrigue about them.
Also, they were never going to see the movie, so they weren't going to get
Exactly.
upset.
They didn't actually say that, but I'm
Yeah.
also like,
It's
and
implied,
because you
isn't
weren't
it?
going to offend them because they're never going to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Good.
I do always worry about that in movies when certain nations or whatever are portrayed really poorly. It's like,
Well, you
fuck,
look at
this movie's-
Borat and the interview.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gerard Butler sued the producers. This is a current story, so this is happening right now.
Okay.
Which makes this film very topical. A lot of people will be watching this again right now, I think, because it's kind of been in entertainment news. He's currently suing the producers for hiding money from him. So he didn't...
Well, under a mattress or something.
Yeah, under a mattress. He didn't actually... This is one of those contracts where he didn't get paid like, here's $10 million for the movie or whatever. It was 10% of takings.
Yeah,
Points.
very
He took
clever.
points.
He took points.
Yeah.
And they hid a whole lot of fucking money from him, allegedly.
Right.
It looks like he's going to win the court case by the sounds of the articles I was reading.
Yeah, crazy.
He's looking at about, I think he's looking at about 17 million or something.
They'll give that a crack, Hollywood, won't they?
Yeah.
They tried
Well,
to do it with Scarlett Johansson.
He did it right around when she did it. So I
Yeah.
don't know whether one led to the other or whatever, but I
Yeah.
think there'll be a few more now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are going to come out going, wait a minute, I wonder whether my accounting was correct on that movie.
Yeah.
Because I guess at the end of it, producers just go, this is how much the movie made, here's your 10%.
You sort of rely on
No,
them,
it's
yeah.
if you're getting 10 mil, you're like, oh, fuck yeah. You don't really look too deep into that.
Yeah.
You're scurrying off with that amount of money.
Yeah, right.
Body count, you asked for it, you're going to get it. What do you reckon?
You go.
Okay, I'll go. It's over 100. Has to be over 100.
Yeah.
And I'll go, every time I go so high, I'll go 140.
Yep.
200.
Wow.
Right in the middle of your two guesses. It was 168.
Right.
I would have thought I didn't actually think to myself before I looked it up. It just kind of came on the screen. When
I always go so high.
I would have gone 200. I would have gone 200 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought there was a lot of death at the start.
There's a lot of people in the hospital.
I need to do complete disclosure here, right?
Yeah, go on.
I looked it up.
And piece of shit.
I know. Sorry, I feel like I've lied to the people. Yeah. I got a different figure.
Yeah, okay.
I got a full breakdown. I got a full breakdown.
Yeah,
right?
go on. How many?
You were saying before you wish you could see. Like, I've got a website that breaks down every kill.
Yeah.
There's 131 confirmed kills.
Yep.
Right. They estimate that 104 civilians are killed in the air attack by the Korean bomber.
Yeah. So they're not included in the 168.
In the 131.
Yeah, 131. Sorry.
Yep. And then they also have, there's several deaths that you don't actually see that are implied.
Yep.
So, like, even the First Lady, she's one. The second guy he interrogates, he knifes the first guy in the head, something like that.
Oh, the guy's dead.
Yeah. Then the houses, the people that were just watching the Washington bloody Wizards game when a fucking fighter jet crashed into their lounge room, shit like that.
Yeah. That was a 5-bedroom place, so you can safely say probably 7.
Yeah.
What's the population density of Washington?
It was early morning. Maybe the kids are out playing sport.
Yep.
True.
Just on the edge of the fireball.
All right, we'll call it around 4. We'll say 4.
So conservative estimate is 250.
Yeah, that seems more about where
Yeah.
The 168 was just on Wikipedia. I think I got it from.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got it off IMDb.
Yeah.
So who knows where they're going.
And I would like to.
I'm happy with 250.
Officially announce that as a new Redeemables record by quite some way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we had. What did we have last week for From Dusk Till Dawn? It was just over 100, 130 odd or something.
No, it's close to 150. I think. Yeah. It was 145 or something.
This has knocked it. That's
out of the
that's
park.
huge.
Yeah,
See you later.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, Dustin.
And it
Dawn.
deserves that title.
Yes.
That's
the only research I did.
This is, I guess, a fun fact, but also a theory I had, and probably everyone had when they first watched the movie. But the similarities between Die Hard and this film are very present, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a copy because, if you're going to call this a copy, then every fucking hostage movie is a copy of Die Hard.
Die Hard just started this whole thing.
Yes, but interestingly enough, this film does pay homage to Die Hard a few times.
Yep.
Any guesses where? Did you pick up on anything?
The bare feet on the
glass.
Oh, shit, I don't even have that one.
Yeah,
that's a good
the
one.
first thing that pops
Just
in my
walking
head.
out of the White House, yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
When he says yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Did I imagine that bit?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
The couple, this one you'd never have got, but the traitor's name, so Dylan McDermott's character, his name was Davy Forbes. And in Die Hard, the villain tells Mr. Takagi that he read about his company in Forbes.
Oh,
so that was just a little thing.
Yep.
The other homage is Die Hard when McClane meets with Hans. Hans smokes a cigarette right before trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Dylan McDermott does the exact same thing.
Yeah, it was a weird thing to,
just lights a cigarette.
I did know. I was like, why is he having a durry now?
That's the homage I got, though, when he's like pretending he didn't know what's going on.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah.
And the last one is when Mike Banning takes over the radio and starts threatening the terrorists and kind of creates this game of cat and mouse within the White House.
What's the matter, Kang? You look like you've seen a ghost. I guess you don't know who you can trust, huh? It's over. No more televised executions. No chopper. No more negotiating with you and the United People's Front if who gives a fuck.
I will send the president out, one piece at a time.
It won't matter. Because whatever you think you accomplished, you won't be alive to see it.
Shut him down.
You're not shutting me down, Kang. I'm here to stay.
I underestimated you. It will not happen again.
There is no again. You're gonna die down there alone, cut off from the rest of the world. My advice, save the last bullet for yourself. Because if you don't, I'm gonna stick my knife through your brain. But don't worry. I'm gonna leak the photos of your body to the press. Because I know you like that kind of shit.
Getting under their skin.
Yeah, which is basically, a direct copy of what happens in Die Hard.
Right.
So a lot of similarities, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I like it when, if you are going to do a similar movie, pay homage to the movie that, pave the way for you.
Do it well.
Yeah.
Don't make it so obvious.
No, don't make it obvious.
Just do it well.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, a little subtle homage.
That's cool. Did anyone else have any fun facts? I know you said you didn't do any research this time around. But
I don't even have notes, Ken, so it's a no from me.
It was just about halfway through. I thought, fuck, a lot of people are dying, and I thought, I'm just going to find out how many.
Yeah.
And that was the only research I did, really.
Thank you for doing that, because I didn't feel comfortable in 168.
I just also would like to shout out, I know they're probably not listening, but to those people that take the time to break down every death.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So that was all the fun facts.
Yeah.
It's time. I want to start with Duff.
Bing. So I've been on a bit of a tear lately. Fucking nailing shit to cross.
Yeah, very
I'm
negative.
not nailing this motherfucker. If you haven't heard me during this whole thing.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I fucking love this movie. I love London Has Fallen. I love Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah.
I love the whole trilogy.
Oh, Angel Has Fallen. You love Angel Has Fallen?
Yeah,
Really?
I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put Nick Nolte in anything, I'll enjoy it.
I don't mind it. I'm not all in on it like you.
So yeah, for me, it's I loved it. I think everyone was played well. Like watching this movie this morning in the AM, which is unbelievable for me.
It's not a morning movie.
No, and the amount of times I went, oh fuck yeah, like it's
America.
It's a fuck yeah movie. Like I enjoy a death scene where it's so brutal.
Yep.
With no mercy,
Yeah.
and he just stabs motherfuckers in the
Right in the
skull.
head. Yeah.
Just stabbing people, and yeah, like I said, the gunplay was awesome.
Yep.
I remember watching this the first time and going, Jesus Christ, this opening sequence is unreal.
Yeah.
And I'm all about that.
The opening sequence with the planes.
Yeah, the plane, the whole
yeah,
everything.
after
the
So when it ramps up.
yeah.
After the intro with the president and the
Yeah, I
wife
love
and
that
all
shit as well. You might as well.
Oh, when the shit hits the fan? Or
Yeah, when the shit hits the fan, like
Yep.
even like the president, they're good friends, good buds.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Nice
you
little
said the
build-up.
relationship he has with
Yep.
the whole family, so it's not he loses a first lady and a friend.
Yeah.
You can see as well. So yeah, I never understood why he was so bad, but Ben mentioning he reminds him every time.
Yep.
Yeah. Either way, I got nothing to say but good things about this movie. I loved everything. The only low thing for me is it's not long enough and it needs to be 3 hours.
You want a 3 hour?
And that first
You want 400 deaths?
I want
Fuck it.
I want a hour and a half movie of just them storming the White House.
Oh, it's so good, wasn't it?
Just
Yeah.
everything about it. It's like there's bloody miniguns in a garbage truck.
Yeah.
There is miniguns taking down jets.
It's great.
just out of interest, is that something the Secret Service suggested? They're like, what we'll do, it's very specific. We'll get garbage trucks.
Maybe.
We'll drive them up. We'll blow out the wheels.
Sure.
Guns will, yeah, okay.
Like open the gate,
It's a good touch.
take the guard towers out, and then it's free reign. Once you get the...
It's like a
I
how-to.
guess the Secret Service guys would know how long until the army's going to come in. You need to have these trucks there ready to go with the big guns.
Is there no non-disclosure agreement in the Secret Service? They just gave it all away.
Well, the jets...
Well, now we all know because we've
You know
watched
the
Olympus
jets
Has
are-
Fallen.
Start planning.
The jets are 4 minutes away. You can say the jet takeoff. You've got 4 minutes out and stuff like that. And the response team is, what was it, 20 minutes? And 15 minutes, and they did it in 13.
Yeah.
I wish it was an hour and 40, and they did it in an hour and 30. So, for me, I loved it. It's my kind of movie. I love Gerard. I love Fuqua. It's one of my favorites. So for me, it's huge. I love a good action. Like I said, it would have been in my top 5, but I just wanted to talk about other movies.
Yes, that's cool.
So for me, I give this movie an 82.
Wow.
So I'm redeeming the shit out of it.
Huge.
I love it.
Thank you.
About bloody time too, mate.
Yeah.
You're back. Duff's back.
Fucking Captain
People
Negative.
chose a shit one.
Captain What do you got?
As I said, this is big dumb fun, but it's big dumb fun done well enough for me to enjoy it.
Careful with your dumb.
It's not particularly cerebral, is it?
No,
like,
it's not.
It's
not.
It's Cerebus, Ben.
But it's fast paced.
Yep.
It moved past really quickly. Like
Real good pace.
I go 45 minutes before I need to pee.
Yep.
Right, and I'm like, oh, bladder's full. Pause. 50 minutes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
New personal record. Just
Well done.
new PB for me. But also just like
PPB.
PPP.
PPB.
It flew past. Good setup. The exposition needs to be decent for me.
Yep.
Good setup. I love the fact it's only even that setup established everything, but it's only 25 minutes until it ramps right up and shit gets real.
Yep.
Love that. Really good production. Looks slick all the way through. The action sequences are really convincing. There was no expense spared in blowing shit up.
Yeah, good.
Also extras.
Yeah.
There was a cast of thousands, like lots of
Really,
extras.
what with those street scenes?
Yeah. Like heaps of people. The White House set was great. Like at one point I was like, did they hire the real White House? Inside
I reckon they must have
and out.
rebuilt a lot of it.
Yeah. So they're probably like, I'm not too familiar with the inside of the White House Oval Office a little bit.
Yep.
Thanks, Bill. But like other than that, I reckon they probably did a lot of research. Even like there was a few lingering shots of the paintings of the ex-presidents and shit.
They
on the
did,
wall.
and those paintings actually have a whole thing to do with them.
Really?
It shows you that Aaron Eckhart was a Republican or something. I read that. I don't want to bore everyone. Yeah, but there was some
So they
stuff.
swap out the paintings in the White House.
Yeah.
So they don't upset the president.
Apparently.
Right. So you tell me Biden doesn't have a portrait of Trump? So all those little touches I enjoy, and it's little touches like that that'll elevate it. Plus the fact, like I said, great cast. Like they might not all be names, but they're all bloody good actors, and that's better, right?
I agree.
Some good dialogue in parts, snappy enough dialogue, believable, plausible enough scenario, and you mentioning that it was sort of planned out by the Secret Service makes a shit ton of sense.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that it wasn't critically well received,
Yep.
but this is one of the issues with critics, right? Like, you don't go and buy fairy floss and expect it to be fucking caviar.
Yeah, that's the problem. Man.
Right?
Yeah.
So I knew I was watching fairy floss, and I'm okay with that. Like, if that's the headspace we're in, there's no pretense.
Fairy floss has to exist.
Man, every now and again,
it's
some fairy
delicious
floss
to
is
eat
good.
sometimes.
Give me
yeah.
some fairy floss.
Yeah.
I've got a fucking sweet tooth.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. Again, I've seen it a couple of times before. I really enjoyed it. I'm not like Duff. I think the sequels were that was the bloody law of diminishing returns as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
They got progressively worse.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
yeah.
I think London Has Fallen still has some merit.
It's
but
okay.
Angel is a bit of a mess.
Yeah, Angel, who cares anyway?
Yep.
So I am.
I think there's another one coming out, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's this one? Balga Has Fallen.
That fell a long time ago.
I am also redeeming it.
Right.
You know what? And this is another one where I came in with a score that I've changed. You guys have talked me into it.
Yeah.
I
We excited, didn't we?
I've added 10 points. Yeah, I'm giving it 70.
Wow.
Actually, you only
Yeah.
had 60.
I had yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad we could change the 10.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm very easily led. You guys, it's one thing they say about me is I'm a really easily led kind of person. So, took it for what it was. Had a great time. Thank you for making me watch it.
That's great. No, you're welcome. I'm glad you're starting to watch movies how they're meant to be watched. Remember that was a thing at the start. Yeah.
It's real growth. It's actually
Yeah.
the reverse of growth, but never mind.
That's what you get for hanging out with us. You go backwards. Obviously I chose the movie. This is the exact sort of action movie that I fucking love. Like this is just right in the middle of my wheelhouse.
Right.
I spoke about this same topic on the Predator podcast, so I won't go too far into it, but these movies are a dying art where they take themselves very seriously and they're not afraid to. It's just a fucking good action movie, and it's gritty and it's raw, and there's no tongue in cheek. We're not going to try and do the most wild CGI, send people to space, shout out to Fast 9, that sort of shit. We don't need to do that. We're just going to make a gritty action movie. And that was one of the coolest things about this, is none of it is actually that over the top.
No.
It's really not. Like, even when that the new age gun pops out of the roof of the White House and starts mowing down the helicopters, it's like, that probably exists.
They
and
probably
that's
do.
pretty cool.
Trace
And
around.
you know what?
Fucking Elon Musk has got them.
And you know what? It can probably take down the choppers that quickly.
Yeah.
I know that sounds stupid to say, but nothing in this was actually that ridiculous.
No.
Like, it really, other than maybe Gerard Butler's special set of skills, that was probably the only thing that's ramped up. But hey, he's an ex-Army Ranger.
Disgraced or no.
Yeah, so they can do this. So the violent side of it, which the critics obviously had a big problem with, it's fucking confronting. But why can't it be?
Yeah.
Like, why can't a movie like this be that violent?
Again, yeah.
It adds to the film.
Yep.
It as you said, stakes, man.
Yeah.
It makes you like you're in this.
Yeah.
You're kind of horrified by what's going on when you see all that happen because it's fucking violent.
Yep.
If it wasn't and there was no blood, you'd be like, meh.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
all right. Like, imagine if like it was like a PG movie where someone gets shot and they just fall to the ground, but there's no blood. And you're like, "What?
Doesn't
That
work.
always irks me.
Well, Taken 3.
yeah,
yeah.
it irks me.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Thank you.
That's something that irks me.
Duff
No,
likes
no,
blood.
I'm glad it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? Snake Eyes. I'm digressing here,
G.I.
but the new
Joe.
G.I. Joe
Yeah.
film.
If it's-
Not bad. Pretty stylish. No blood.
If it
They're
doesn't-
literally fighting with
with
fucking
swords.
swords. It's horrible.
Really?
The action scenes, as I touched on, and you touched on as well, were just really good. Gerard Butler was just perfect.
Yeah.
This is Gerard Butler. This is what you want from an action star. Really likable, really believable.
Great pecs.
And great. Yeah, that's my next thing. He's like physically strong.
Yeah.
And you can see that. He just throws people around.
Yeah.
And that's great. Physically strong without being The Rock.
Yeah.
Like without looking stupid and not
Yeah.
like a regular, because he could almost.
Whoa.
No.
Calm down, mate.
But he looks like Gerard Butler looks like a kind of a regular person.
He looks like a CIA
he's not like massive.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
caricature.
I could honestly watch this movie like once a month for the rest of my life at 11 p.m. Actually, I'm going to start doing it. First Friday night of every month at 11 p.m. at my house, I'm going to be watching Olympus Has Fallen.
Wow.
Feel free to join me.
I'll be
Any of
asleep.
our listeners, any of you here, come along. It's the perfect Friday night. Little tipple of whiskey and just enjoy yourself for a couple of hours. I'm giving it 84.
Whoa.
Nice.
And
A couple of 80s from the boys.
I'll shoot anyone in the head at close range if they disagree.
I'm so glad I redeemed it.
Yeah. Wow, unanimous redeeming.
That's
It's
great.
been a little while.
So brings us on to what's the movie next week, Duff? What do we got?
Okay, I'm going back again. I'm sorry. I have to go back.
No, that's cool. You do
A while
you.
ago, I
It's okay.
decided I'm going to do fucking movies I love.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the idea.
it's great.
Then I'm going to do movies that I love and see if they hold up. Next week, I am doing Demolition Man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting one.
Yeah.
Stallone and Wesley, friends of the
Yeah.
pod.
Fucking been a long time.
Is that below 50?
That's below 50, my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, okay, don't go into it too
Yeah.
much. But yeah,
Okay, keen.
Demolition
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I think that'll get some listens. That
Yeah,
one.
I'm pretty
It's a
excited.
fucking
Demolition Man.
vibe, the whole thing.
I get really emotional
It's a-
during it as well, so
it's
it's
a
another
heavily
predator for me.
Yeah, heavily referenced. Like a lot of people
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about Demolition Man still to this day.
Yeah, like,
Actually,
what
I
is
think
your
it just
boggle?
got a rerun on Netflix, possibly.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's on there now.
Yeah.
It's only a
It's
matter
on-
of time until it's remade, surely.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on a list somewhere. Yeah,
it's very good.
All right, good call. Keen.
That's great. So, got a new segment
Yes.
for everyone. Got
fucking mailbag.
Ken's Haku.
That's the name of it now, I guess. We got a mailbag section now. So we've been shouting out the email for the last episode or two. It's on our social media profiles, theredeemablespod@gmail.com. And we got some mail.
Yay!
Yep.
Like Meg Ryan.
It's just a bill. It's just a bill.
So
It's a cease and desist.
This one is from one Connor Duffy.
Hey, Connor.
And
Whoa,
he
Duffy.
says,
Very similar to Duff. I like him.
yes. He says, hey, gents. First time caller, long time listener. Classic. Loving the pod so far. It's been great to revisit some cult classics. I'm guessing he's referring to things like the Butterfly Effect and
Domino.
Question for the three of you. What 2022 film releases that look like they could be on a future Redeemables episode are you most looking forward to? That's a good one.
It is. It's a great question.
Yes. So before we answer that question, he also asks, when is the Blue Streak pod being released?
Stay
very
tuned.
good. Yeah. We'll do another list. Next time we do a listener poll, we'll throw Blue Streak in there. Believe that.
Believe that.
Believe that.
Yeah. And send us your suggestions.
Yes. So cheers, Connor. Thanks for writing in.
Yeah, that's
great.
So the question we want to answer for him is what 2022 film you thinking might end up on the Redeemables?
So just to clarify, what he's saying is what is going to flop critically,
Yes.
but that we personally are going to enjoy. Just
Yeah.
to clarify
I'd say
that.
that's exactly what he's saying.
Excellent. Okay, no worries.
I don't
What
know
you-
him personally, but I assume that's what he means.
What you got?
I had Moonfall.
Yeah.
Which is
I
the
knew you were
new
gonna do
Roland
that.
Emmerich. Roland Emmerich's the genius behind Independence Day.
Right.
These
Ken's
sorts of
jam.
films.
It's your
Yeah,
jam.
end of the world type film.
Yeah.
This one, some shit comes from the moon and the world's going to end and it looks
Okay.
fucking awesome. Yeah, there's a trailer up for it.
It's out
Have
in
a look.
February, man.
Yeah, it's out very soon. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Huge budget. Roland Emmerich. I mean, he gets money thrown at him because they're giant films.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be critically
No, it will not.
liked or enjoyed. But yeah, that's one for me.
Okay, I got one.
Yeah.
It's Michael Bay's new one,
Oh.
Ambulance, which is a heist movie.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
I think that's going to be fucking excellent.
Yeah, I reckon
Yeah.
that might be
But I
my
think-
movie of the year.
I think the critics are going to hate it bad.
They
Yeah,
hate-
it's Michael
they-
Bay.
they
because it's
hate
Michael Bay, so
Yeah.
it's going to be some
As
silly
a critic,
explosion.
you're not allowed to like Michael Bay.
Yeah. Cars banging together?
Yeah, you're not allowed to like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the critics always hate Michael Bay.
Yeah.
I always love Michael Bay.
So it's called Ambulance and it's a heist film?
Ambulance.
Yep.
Jack Gyllenhaal.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal?
It's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Still not there.
Right.
Still
What
not
is this?
there.
So he's,
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
No, there's another L in there, so it's Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, that's it.
It's got the guy from Donnie Darko on it. I'm not good at that. Yeah, so ambulance.
That's why I'm here.
Michael Bay and him. Okay. Yeah, right.
That's cool.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't think
I've gone with Sharpstick, Leah Denham's Porn Apologist Mess Fest. No,
I know about that as well. It's not being received well at Sundance at all.
It's going really badly. No, Uncharted.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because
good shout. Is that out this year?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Couple of reasons. I
Real
think video game movies aren't always well received.
No.
They're really hitting.
They're rarely good as well.
Yeah,
rarely good.
They are. There's only a few good ones. I think probably Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's actually a bit
of
fun.
Bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad. The new Tomb Raider, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Most of them have been pretty bad. Max Payne, Prince of Persia, shit like that. But one of the reasons I think it's probably borderline, even though it's like a good cast, Tom Holland, and Mark Wahlberg, and Antonio Banderas.
You can't really go wrong with those two leading males, leading actors, can you?
I think Ben's correct because this Uncharted game, huge.
Yes.
I played it. I bought a PlayStation.
Even if I hadn't played it, it's an adventure movie with Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland.
Yeah. It's got a huge following.
Yes,
so
but interestingly enough, it's not very faithful to the game. It's it's a prequel.
Yeah,
right. And also,
so
it's a prequel. So Tom Holland's apparently too young to be playing the main guy.
Oh, he would be.
Yeah,
definitely.
Also, Tom
Mark
Holland
Wahlberg's
apparently
story.
patchy box office draw. So Spider-Man's obviously huge, but what else has
Chaos
anyone
Walking
gone to see him in that was a big deal?
Fair point.
So
Chaos Walking was a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit hit and miss. I will enjoy it.
Yeah,
I know I will. Apart from anything else,
I love adventure movies.
Yeah, and it's directed by.
Go find me some fucking treasure in the jungle. I'll watch that shit all day.
I'm a fairy floss guy from time to time. Sometimes I want caviar, but every now and again I'm into some fucking fairy floss. And it's from the director of Zombieland, so I'm down.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Yeah. It's funny because I've really done I've not Googled that movie at all. I've just seen that first trailer and I went, yep. Thank you. Okay. And I didn't look any further. So that's interesting. Yeah, cool.
So I just can see that as one that I'll enjoy that the critics will probably
should have some good humour through it as well with the Zombieland's person behind it.
Yeah.
Who did Zombieland? What's their name?
Ruben Fleischer.
Oh, okay. I don't know shit. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
And then I don't know whether it'll be out this year, but I fucking pray it is. I've been waiting for this movie for a long time. It's called Escape from Spiderhead.
What?
Have you heard of it?
No.
It's Chris Hemsworth and Miles Teller, and they're convicts. And they are kind of forced. I think it's like, we'll let you out, but you have to try this experimental drug.
Oh.
So it's Chris Hemsworth, Miles Teller, and it's by the director of Oblivion. And did you watch the firefighting movie with Miles Teller called Only the Brave?
Yeah, man. That's fucking hectic.
Right. Awesome movie.
Okay.
So it's the director of those two,
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, Miles Teller,
Right.
at the peak of their powers.
Yeah.
And it's about convicts doing experimental drugs.
I'm in.
You got
all in. It's a prison movie, I think.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's called Escape from Spiderhead. So
if Hemsworth's in it, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
What about Moribus? Is it called Moribus?
Well, I don't know anything about
Jared
this.
Leto.
Yeah,
I was just honestly hoping that Duff.
Morbius.
Morbius, yeah?
What is
Morbius.
it? Is it
DC. That's Marvel, sorry.
Marvel,
Morbius.
okay.
So I've got another one.
Morbius.
Okay.
There you go.
With Jared Leto.
Yeah, that's
don't know anything about it.
No, me neither, but it's got Jared Leto in it, and I know Duff's a massive fan.
It's MCU, but the critics will love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You reckon the critics will enjoy that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Jared Leto doesn't make garbage.
He does not.
I've just got one other shout out that I wanted to do.
I'm still going.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I'm still going.
Fuck.
No, I was going to say thanks for the mail.
Oh, absolutely.
And to continue to mail, please.
Yes.
We'll read the best ones out.
Yeah. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Questions, whatever you want, or as we've said before, comments on the previous week's pod. Anything we got wrong, let us know.
You too can be mildly podcast famous.
Yes. I also wanted to just quickly shout out our newfound international listeners.
Yeah.
So we've got US, Canada, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Singapore, Brazil, Netherlands, and Switzerland.
Yeah.
About 4 or 5 of those have popped up in the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
Welcome to the family, whoever you are.
Yeah.
Email us in at the email address. Let us know where you are in those countries. Open a dialogue with us.
Yeah, we'd like to know
really
how you
enjoy
found
it.
us, apart from anything else.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of market research for us, and it'd be fantastic.
Very cool to hear that.
But yeah, wow.
That's great.
Worldwide.
You had a shout out?
I probably should have done this from the very first episode, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Rob and Jules for doing our theme song.
Oh, yes.
Because I haven't given them a shout out as yet, but so it's an original piece by a couple of guys, Rob and Jules, so thanks for that.
It's unreal.
That's what you get instead of payment.
I get great feedback on the intro music. Yeah,
we were discussing what we were going to do for an intro, and Ken said, give us a fucking riff.
And that's what we got.
We got a riff.
Yeah,
so thanks, guys.
I played it on Australia Day, like, quiz my family, like, what's this song? And they're like, oh, it's your fucking podcast.
So that's good.
So that's good if they can bang.
My last one was a shout out to this is for the film lovers out there. A dear friend of mine, Lachlan. He's got an excellent movie podcast which you can find on all platforms. It's called Quiet on Set.
Great name.
It's a really good name. Yeah. Weekly episodes. I'm only a newfound listener, so I've done maybe the last 4 or 5 eps. And I just listened to they did a top 10 of 2021.
Okay.
It's really great. It's a good listen.
I love a list.
There's a couple of films on there that I just hadn't heard of, and I kind of knew. Obviously, I know Lachlan. Don't know the other guy on there, but I know what Lachlan's into. As soon as he's saying these films, I'm like, I'm going to like them.
Right.
So I went and watched them. Yeah, great films.
Excellent.
So have a listen. They basically do new movies every week. So whatever's coming out at the movies that week, they chat about that for an hour. So if you like current movie news or whatever,
if you want to see people that actually know what they're talking about, they can probably pronounce people's names.
They definitely do know what they're talking about. They do know the names. But it's a good listen.
Excellent. And
really
Quiet on Set is something us actors say from time to time as well.
And as always, follow us on the Insta, on the Facebook.
The algorithm didn't bestow any new top fans. Look, I'm really sorry. We don't have any control over the algorithm, but we get great interaction from some people, and we love it.
Yeah. It's really good. All right, that's it. That was Olympus Has Fallen. Next week, we've got Demolition Man. Thanks, everyone, for listening. That was The Redeemables.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Olympus has fallen. Olympus has fallen. Fuck you.